Hello and welcome to DCP Live episode number 178. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hefty's back.
I'm back. I had a short little
Hefty's here.
staycation, vacation type of thing, which was great, except Monday night I pulled a neck muscle, so my neck was hurting and still kind of been hurting this whole week, so that sucks. But it's all good.
Everybody, top 3 reasons why you think Tefty might have pulled the neck muscle.
It's actually
Clearly
super...
headbanging to the Tefty and memes jams a little too hard.
yes.
Obviously.
Let's get a PG answer, a PG-13, and an R.
It's actually super boring.
I'm the R.
Is it,
Yeah, I'm all over the R.
is it one of those really embarrassing things where you show how old you are? Because you're like, oh man,
Yes.
I like got out of bed and turned to the left and now I'm crippled.
No, you know what? All right. If we want to deep dive for a moment into this, it's because my lower back has been hurting, and I figured my lower back's been hurting because my abdominal muscles are getting weak because I haven't really been working out. So I was like, you know what? I need to be stretching and working out more often. So I was stretching, and I guess I stretched a little too aggressively.
Oh no.
And pulled a damn neck muscle.
Yeah. Like, let me get my body together and be healthy. And then you realize they're too far gone and you've now injured
So
yourself.
yeah, it's a really,
We have to go slow when we're unhealthy and also old.
yeah, exactly.
slowly.
I'm trying
Do
to turn
one push-up
around. I'm
and
trying.
work up.
Tefty,
Yes.
when are you moving to Florida, bro?
Whoa there.
Moving happening there, Grant.
Whoa there. How dare you fall
Oh
out?
God, my neck.
There's certain areas you don't go. He went there.
Oh my god. So we welcome Noggy to the show. Welcome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's really an honor. It's really an honor. I definitely did not expect to be in this position at all.
Welcome,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you for having me.
We were actually just before we went live, we were talking about how you're a bit of the voice of reason for some PvP in the game right now.
Yeah. I definitely consider myself that because I feel like I'm someone who has a different perspective or a different understanding of how the game is in the PvP community. There's a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings that are how the game should be, and I'm kind of blessed with the double-edged sword of looking at both sides. So that's why I feel that way.
That's good. Yeah, the community definitely needs the looking at both sides when it comes to PvP because it does get very emotional.
Oh, I remember, tweeting out just once that I don't think that Trials of Osiris would fix the game, and the amount of DMs that I got and the things in those DMs is I'm just not going to repeat it. I'm just going to just let you sit with that curiosity.
Once again, there's a PG-13, and R version.
I would
of
say
those DMs.
We're here for the R version.
I would say more R NC-17 kind of section.
Okay, yeah, it keeps going up. Got it.
We're talking.
Yeah. Now we're talking filthy.
You stream on Mixer, correct?
Yes, I do.
When did
I'm on
that
the Mixer
happen?
platform. I want to say I've been on Mixer for about 2 years now, maybe a little over 1 year. Let's just say 2 years. I didn't start making any traction up until recently. I want to say within like the last 2 to 3 months though.
Okay,
But yeah.
Nice. How have you been exclusive playing Destiny, or do you play a variety? Or
I play a variety of games. The problem with me being a variety channel is that my interest in games have very short lifespans. So in order for me to continue on with a game or with a franchise, I have to emotionally be interacting with it. And if I don't have the initial vibe or feeling to continue on playing that game, then it won't happen. Which is why I play so much Destiny, because I'm invested in it. We've been playing this game for like 5 years. So it's like that never goes away.
and the PvP gets you emotional.
And
right?
the PvP, I don't want to talk about it.
It gets me emotional. There's been times in the past playing Trials of Osiris where it's been an emotional journey. Right?
That's the beauty of Trials, isn't it?
Yeah.
We did a full comp run to get Recluse, was it? For people before World's First Raid happened.
Oh yeah,
right.
last May. Mm-hmm.
That was a journey.
Oh no, I solo.
It was actually fine. It was just Twitch chat that was not fine.
No.
It wasn't? I don't remember.
Briar's like, I had a great time. I was telling people to Go away.
I was telling people to go to Watts' channel, give her a hard time.
Terrible. Terrible.
That's a true friend right there.
It sounds like a break.
That's what friends are for.
Well, it's good to see you too, man, as well. It's been a while.
Hey, thanks, man. Good to be here.
We're going to have you as like a rotating guest host for a while, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
dude.
Because
I'm so sorry
guess
that
what?
you guys are stuck with me.
Fallout announced going full time. That was
That's
super
right.
Congratulations, Fallout.
What?
Right.
Congratulations.
Thank you all
Congratulations.
so much, man. Announced on Monday.
That is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a big
That's
step, man. Like, are you like nervous about it? Have you been like financially preparing yourself? Like,
Yeah,
how-
dude,
how-
I've thrown up like 5 times this morning, so I'm just
That
dealing
works.
with the nerves and the
Expelling the
I haven't-
demons.
fiance looked very concerned at me. No, it's a little scary, and but no, I've been preparing for it, and I'm really hyped about it. I feel like there's a lot to do, and I've got a lot of support and encouragement, and yeah, it's awesome. I'm loving it so far. I mean, we're only day 3, knock on wood.
did you actually like put in 2 weeks notice to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people, and this may be like this may show my age, but a lot of people fell into YouTube or Twitch by losing their job, going on like 6 months of, like unemployment or something like that.
Mm.
And then like, well, the money has kind of come from Twitch. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like you have like a grace
Briar,
period.
Briar, I was really tempted to just be like, take a whole stack of papers, F this job, and then just like, pour
I
some
really think
kombucha all over my boss's desk and be like, I'm out, bro.
Damn, dropping the
Unemployment though,
kombucha?
2 weeks, let's go.
I
What-
definitely I feel that. I
what-
feel that. I
what-
definitely feel that.
What flavor of kombucha is like the most deceitful?
I was just trying to think of something that would be pungent that I could dump over the boss's desk.
Mm.
Because water
Mhm.
is... it's
Tefty's like,
water.
oh, but kombucha comes in many flavors and it's quite delicious. How dare you call
Have
it?
you ever had guava? It's delicious.
It's amazing. What?
Full of probiotics. Man, I am from California, so
Hashtag sponsored.
That's pretty accurate.
that is great Fallout.
Well, we're excited to have you
Thank
for
you
sure,
so
and
much.
I'm
Thank
really
you very
excited for you going full time, man. That's like it's a huge step, but it's an awesome one. Like you are now in charge of your own destiny. You have no boss. Like you get to be your own boss. It's an awesome
No one
thing.
to blame but me.
True.
Yeah.
You can always blame YouTube's algorithm.
I like that. I'm going to write
True.
that down real quick.
Yeah, like
On
like a
off
lot of
days.
other people.
Days feeling down, blame the algorithm.
That's rough.
So this week we've got a lot of details to jump into.
Yes, we
So
do.
we should probably just go right at it, right? Spearhead right into it.
Yeah.
Lots
What do you
to
want to
talk
start
about.
with? I mean, you seem like you have an agenda.
The agenda is the TWAB. I mean, that was big. There's also the gameplay reveal, the trailer that they
Oh,
posted this
yeah.
week.
Yeah, because last week we didn't even know about the PvE portion of this season at
Mhm.
all.
That's
Yep.
right.
So we found out about that.
Did
Very
you guys
true.
see the armor, the picture of the 3 guardians with new
Yeah.
armor on right at the beginning of the TWAB?
It's hype beast guardian time. I'm ready.
I'm so prepared.
Wait,
I
Are you
love it.
talking about the picture that... Which picture?
is this
Right
the
now,
one?
right
Picture
now,
of which
that is
guardian?
making
Are we
me
talking about the
laugh
guardian on the left
so
or the
hard.
right?
Yeah.
guys?
There's
Who's
a
who?
picture of 3
What's what?
guardians at the top of the TWAB. So if you actually click on the TWAB, there's like a banner image at the
Okay.
top of the TWAB.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
my
that one.
favorite
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
is the hunter
Yeah.
who looks
Right.
like future Soviet with filigree.
Yeah, dude.
Rah
Yeah.
rah Rasputin. Something.
It's like
I don't know. There's
He's
something
got
about
like the Jack's arms going on.
yeah. He's got the warm, cuddly hat with the flaps.
I
Like
really like the helmet that goes along with that, right? It's got this really cool design on it.
Wait,
Yeah,
let me make sure
I'm
I'm
really
looking at the same
enjoying it.
picture.
It looks really good.
It does, it
KGB
looks
Space
cool.
Cowboy.
It reminded me of Superman Red Sun. That's the first thing it reminded me of.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Automatically.
I'm containing myself from having like a nerd breakout right now, but like you just
Right?
rose like 50
Oh,
levels.
we're here. We're here then. I
We're
got
up
you.
here, dude. We're
I got
so
was
you.
that the
you.
Superman where it was like an alternate history where he was born in the Soviet Union?
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
landed.
crash
he-
lands in
yeah,
Russia.
and everyone else is Russian. Like Batman's Russian, and he wears that hat.
Dude,
It's
that's
ridiculous.
right. Yes, dude.
The Warlock has a cool chest armor too, with kind of like a ornamental chain that kind of goes down his
Yeah.
shoulder to the middle of his chest. His
Yeah.
helmet though,
It looks kind of like military.
It
Like a
does.
grass
oh, totally
right here,
military.
you know?
Yeah, it's got like
Soviet
a real-
military.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
true. And
I don't know
then
about that
the
helmet
Titan.
though. That's not.
I think
Dude,
it's
I would do terrible things to get a good-looking Warlock helmet. Can they just bring back the Ram? I'll do anything.
This
dude.
is
You
every
don't wanna
single
know.
warlock says that anytime we talk about anything, it's like the Ram.
The Ram.
bro.
I'm
The
like,
Ram
why
was
do you
one
want
of
the
the
Ram?
best-
The way it looks. So you don't care about what it does? No.
No,
Don't care.
it's all aesthetics.
Wait, wasn't the Ram pretty good?
It was okay.
not
It
bad.
gave you more resilience.
Yeah, which was good
Yeah.
for trials.
it was great.
That's fine. Sure.
Yeah.
It's acceptable.
But you're
I
like,
don't
the
know.
look, it was the visual. I wanted to strike fear in my opponent. They saw me. They're like, oh crap, it's the Ram.
They're like,
Yeah,
oh, he's
there's
using the
kind of-
Ram. It's a useless exotic. He must be amazing.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Multiple
Like,
effects.
whoa, this guy's edgy, dude. Probably writes poetry in graveyards for fun. Like, yeah.
That works though.
On this Warlock, is that
Yes.
Bond like actually that big? It looks
I
like it's
think
been
so.
jumboed.
I hope so. I want it
looks
to be
pretty
jumboed. Warlock Bonds get the short shrift of all the accoutrement of the other
Yeah.
of the hunter and the
We
war.
all get
you know,
excited about class items, and Warlock's like, could we not have a class item?
Yeah.
Be a reward, please?
Not this time.
It's almost
Not again.
it's almost like a
Not again.
Titan pauldron size on the side of its arm, just being like,
Right.
boom, check out this projection.
I like that though. It should be more noticeable because normally you can hardly see him at all.
Mhm.
Right.
The Titan has 2 flashlights on its face.
Yeah.
That way,
kinda
you
dig
can- You can see what flavor crayon you're eating at night. if you're a Titan.
Yes.
That's
Absolutely. I live for this because this is definitely all that I do when I'm nowhere. I do nothing but insult Titans secretly. I love it. I love it.
That is great. Oh, wait, before we move on, Nagi, I forgot to ask. What's
Yes.
your class? What class do you identify with?
Tom, is it?
Oh.
I've been a hunter since I started.
Welcome.
man.
Welcome.
Respect.
This is great.
Yeah.
Completely respectful, man.
Yeah.
Like
I've been-
hunters are a great class. You know, really both classes are really good classes.
Yeah. Both classes are really good. But yeah, I've been a hunter main through and through.
That's
It's just something that I've identified with, and it has a lot to do with like everything that I do or everything that I'm interested in outside of just gaming itself. I'm a huge comic book fan. And me and Watts already connected this when we were over in Seattle. I also watch a lot of anime. So all of my favorite characters are always like very nimble and agile. So hunters just have been
Yep.
been it through and through.
Exactly.
My favorite superhero of all time is Spider-Man. So it's like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can
Absolutely.
I
I
ask
love
you a
it,
personal
man.
question? Have you ever-
Fallout, bro. We're here, man. We're
Dude,
here.
We're in
Can I
this
ask you a
You see the
personal
blanket,
question, Nagi?
Yes, of course.
Have you ever done like the arms back Naruto run in real life?
I do you want like the actual answer or do
Uh-huh.
you okay. So it was so bad at how often I did that people
Oh, this is a thing.
like I know like for this there are people that I know who are in chat right now who know me back when I was in like high school and I was absolutely known for doing that specifically. It's so bad that I had a friend of mine's, his name is Amadou, and me and him would legitimately like Naruto Sasuke clash in the middle of the hallway. Mind you, I was an inner city kid, so our high school was just completely packed with children in the hallway. And I was like shoulder charging people out of the way with my hands completely behind, head down. I headbutt walls at times. Like that was a thing. The Naruto run was an actual thing that I committed to 100%. I have no regrets. I have no regrets. None whatsoever.
That's beautiful.
None.
That's
Crazy.
great. I like it.
Did it make
What was,
you?
what was the question?
That's the question.
It did.
Then-
It
There
did.
you go.
When
Makes
you
ergonomic.
it's like,
whatever
yeah,
the
like
word
when
is.
you're
Right.
when you're facing the floor, running straight ahead and not looking where you're going for some reason, like the air passes through you just a little bit better.
Yeah, you have to use
Right.
all your senses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
can't-
made it the flawless plan for raiding Area 51. That,
Yeah,
Exactly.
too fast to hit
Mhm.
with the rifles and
Exactly.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
Too
Can't
speedy.
shoot what you can't see. I'm out of here. You can still-
So, hey guys, Anna Bray coming back.
yes.
yes.
Love
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I think Anna Bray's awesome.
She is.
I adore her.
Cool character.
Yeah.
I like her.
Mm-hmm. She's great.
She's good.
No,
Pretty much,
really.
yeah.
I got.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
I think she's great. I think she's
Awesome.
that. I liked her knife throw.
Yep. Yeah, she got moves. All right.
That was about it. That was honestly about it. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't sold. Zavala's boring to me. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, Zavala is
Yeah,
always
okay.
boring, right?
Zavala
Very
is
much
just.
So Vala shot a gun and right here at the beginning of the trailer. He shot a Cabal in the face.
I would much rather listen
He
to.
got a headshot.
He did. I agree. But I would much rather listen to Morgan Freeman say my name 45 times over and over again.
Zavala reminds me of my very responsible but very boring mother.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
That's his
accurate.
job, right?
Best interest at
Yeah.
heart. But
That's Zavala's
every
job.
time any fun is about to happen, Zavala's like, hold up a second. Let's
It
think
seems
about it."
like he might be letting us have a little bit of fun coming up.
Well,
Let's hope.
so it looks like we're gonna arm the war mind, right? Like that's the story content.
Yeah.
You know, Osiris is back, Anna Bray is back.
Mhm.
We need to stop the what's the great big ship that the
Almighty.
Almighty is about to
They're
crash
trying to
into,
drop it on us. It's basically
which is a
you know
good
how
plan. I gotta say,
It's
a good
a
plan.
good plan considering how many times I die to drop pods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just like a
Good point.
really big drop pod. So
Yeah.
I'm,
They were watching the data. They're like, this works.
we don't have a lot of good stuff by actually shooting them, but the drop pods.
Were we training soldiers and raising an army we spent trillions on this machine to steal the light? They're
Yeah.
kind of
let's just drop some
They're
shit
weak
on
to
them.
gravity.
They finally realized that for some
Especially
reason,
warlocks.
Guardians never look up.
Exactly.
They realized it.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? These guys are always shooting. They're always killing us, but they never look up.
Yeah.
It's true.
Let's focus
That's
on
true.
that right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
wild
story
conjecture
content
here.
looks. Go ahead.
Wild conjecture. I know that this is like 99% not going to happen, but they've got the Russian stuff going on, the Russian theme. They're bringing back Rasputin.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to go back to Earth on the old
the
Russia
Cosmodrome?
right?
To
The
old
Cosmodrome.
Russia?
Fun. The
It would.
Cosmodrome.
It
That be
would.
cool.
That'd be
I know
pretty
that they
cool.
would reserve that for like a big expansion to reintroduce
Well,
an area
no,
like
because
that.
it's already in the game. If you start the New Light campaign, the Cosmodrome is in there.
That's a good point. I actually didn't think about that. Yeah.
I
Forgot about
actually
that.
played that yesterday, and it was amazing.
Because you're
'Cause
Titan.
I made a new
Titan.
Titan.
How
And it
was
was really cool to see the Cosmodrome on PC and see that
Mhm.
beginning of Destiny. The
Right.
experience after that, a little overwhelming. Because they're like, here's Gambit and Crucible, and then go play EP and go do a raid, and then go do the Black Armory. And
Too
it,
much.
you just have a whole page of quests.
Go
of
get him,
like,
Guardian.
welcome to Destiny. Go do all the billion things that
Do
we
all
do.
the things.
Well, you learned how to use grenades. Now defeat everything in the universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So
So
I
yeah,
did-
the story actually looks pretty interesting to me.
It
Yeah.
does.
Mhm.
You know, we've got to protect the last city from the Almighty, which is the Cabal are sending to destroy us.
Hmm.
And our best option is to arm the War Mind, who we have a strange relationship with, right? Like we
A little
don't
bit
know
of a rocky
really.
time.
Yeah,
Very
we don't really know the motivation of the War Mind, but to knock this thing off course or to destroy it before it destroys us all or the last city, we have to arm it. It seems anyway.
Mhm.
That's what it shows from the gameplay trailer. Anyway,
Right. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
That's
Looks like
cool.
we might
Like,
get
that's a
little
cool
robot
story.
buddies to fight with us. Little robot buddies.
Little Rasputin bros.
Yeah,
Ras Bros.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Like-
would love to roll in with an army of like brobots. Like there's a picture where there's like the 3 guardians like decked
Mhm.
out, and then you look off to the side, there's like a brobot just hanging out right there with a gun,
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah.
The
I
only,
want a
um,
pet, and our first pet is a robot.
The only other time that I ever saw we ever saw that really was during the Forsaken campaign in the Fallen Shore
Yeah.
when we had actual like AI characters like fighting with us.
fallen buddies.
It was the fallen.
Those spiky boys, they were
Spikies,
great.
yeah.
They made me itchy. I hated it. I hated the design. Every time I looked at it, I was like, I gotta scratch something. I gotta scratch. It's itchy.
So what kind of campaign are we getting with this expansion with this season of
content?
The Worthy? Yeah, what like are we getting? We got to be getting new story missions, right, to tell this story. But like, is it going to be one story mission that tells the whole story, and then like as the season progresses, we're going to get like drip fed more and more story? Are we going to get 3 story missions? Like, what do you guys think we're going to get here?
I think with the way that that Destiny has been going, because if we think about how the expansions we had, even all the way down to Destiny 1, we had what was it? We had Atheon, so we had the Vault of Glass, and then we had the House of Wolves. Then no, Vault of Glass, then Dark Below, then House of Wolves, and then King's Fall, and then Rise of Iron. Out of all of those expansions, the only ones that actually coexisted with each other was Crota and Oryx. There was like little bits and pieces here and there that kind of coexisted. We saw characters kind of return for other expansions, but this is kind of like the first time where the story is actually starting to like follow this breadcrumb trail. So I think with this one, with this is going to be a situation where we're going to get a couple missions. We're going to get a bit more story that coexists with what was happening previously and what was happening before that. And then I think that's how the game is kind of progressing now, which I personally enjoy, because I remember specifically having debates with people saying that Destiny had no story. So now there's actually like a story, which I'm very fond of that. So I think that's what we're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we have that PvE activity, which, what are we thinking? Kind of a escalation protocol?
Yeah, that's the vibe I got. That's definitely the vibe I got.
Go here,
I don't
activate
know.
a thing, defend yourself from enemies, pick up an orb from the major, throw it at a thing, and you did the thing.
You do
That
it.
sounds-
Welcome to D2, baby.
That sounds like Destiny.
Yeah.
It does sound like
We've
Escalation
seen-
Protocol, but
We have seen like a very short clip of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was in the trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
I personally, I think we're going to see, back to the story thing, I think we're going to see the same cadence that we saw with this current season that we're in right now, where it's just there's like a story mission with a cutscene, and there's maybe like 4 of those out of the big bulky ones, and then there's like a drip feed for the rest of the season for the next 2 months after that. Which I personally don't mind. I think it's cool to see that stuff. It would be nice to be able to consume all that within like a week time span, but
You just have to wait to do it until the end, right?
Good point. Yeah, you just have to wait.
Touche.
Yeah.
Solid, Briar. Yeah.
I would like to have something where we did kind of what we did at the end of last season. I like those things where the community has to like rally together, even if it's corny, like, oh yeah, dude, we just gotta like donate stonks at the tower or whatever. Like it becomes fun because people are like, donate and stuff like that. It's just, and you're rallying together for a common goal, and you get good loot out of it. And it like,
I like it more when there's not a common goal. I like it more when there's a decision that divides us.
So that's actually a good segue, because they said that the Guardian games are coming up, and in the
Oh,
tower
right.
it showed the
There we go.
banners of the Titan, the Warlock, and the Hunter. So maybe that'll be a community event, but it's us against each other.
I hope there's no hurdles for the Warlocks, you know?
dude, I love this. Is so smart of Bungie. I'm giving them so much credit because there's nothing more. Even though he's zinging me right now, I'm a Warlock. It's great. I love the back and forth between the classes. It's hilarious.
That
to
was
me.
that was something that should have been existing in Destiny 4. It's long overdue.
Dude,
I
they're
agree.
They're taking a meme and they're turning it into content. That's golden.
That's smart. That's a smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's baked
Absolutely.
into the community. Why not expand upon that in the game? How deep do you think that's going to go?
I think honestly, because of how I personally feel like how in depth people feel about their characters, like you cannot tell, as a hunter main, you can't tell me anything about hunters. We are perfect. I don't care
Same.
who you are, what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't care. Everyone that is not a hunter, you eat boogers. Like that's my mentality, right? So it's like that's how deep it is.
I wasn't going
right?
to go that far, but hey, guys.
I'm going
the
far.
truth
I'm
is truth.
throwing it. I'm throwing it, right? But ultimately, because of the fact that there's so many people a part of this community who feel the same way about their own classes, I think that that's not only something that's going to have a lot of weight projecting it forward. I also feel like that's something that's going to be able to stick, because you can imagine like what's happening after that, right? You can imagine what type of rewards you're going to get, or what type of bragging rights you're going to get. Like there might be titles, there might be banners, there might be emblems, there might be shaders, like all of those things that you can hold after that event that can say that I was there and I repped my class. Like that's just
like when I rock my FWC
amazing
emblem, I have pride.
Exactly.
Pride for my FWC representation, man.
When you
And I
wear
was
your
a Dead
hunter
Warber guy.
emblem, you have pride.
Right. So I think that's where like that weight is going to be able to project it forward. I hope it stays, honestly.
So they say about the Guardian games that it's going to be a class competition with new legendary armor. Is the legendary armor going to be earned by competing or by winning?
No, can you imagine? Only the winning class gets new armor. I like it.
Dude, you know what?
I like that
Go
idea.
for it. I want the salt. I want the
I like
full red cap sodium soy sauce salt from the
That's-
classes that
I
don't win
want
the
that.
competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. We had the similar thing with the faction war stuff where it's like this weapon is going to be available for a
Right.
cheap price for everybody who pledged for this faction if you guys win. And like there was all this competition about what you should get and all that.
Well, what
Yeah.
happened was the community kind of cycled through all of the factions.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Yeah,
did the
definitely.
community do that, or did Bungie like pull the strings to make it look like the community did that? That's a question I've always had about
Whoa.
that.
Mm.
Wow. Conspiracy theory time.
Mm. Got
That's
your
the
gears rolling.
conspiracy podcast.
We did get a new roadmap.
Yes, we did.
On March 10th, we get the Seraph Tower event, a new PvE activity. New legendary weapons and armor will be available through this.
I assume that's the Rasputin looking stuff.
Mhm.
That makes sense to me.
I would think so, right? It's
I would
a
think so,
tower
with a
of-
giant tower Rasputin beam.
Yeah.
It looks like it looks like
Does that looks like it's to the moon though, doesn't it? The picture in the TWAB.
That's a good
Well,
point.
in the trailer, the big towers were on the EDZ, but then later in the trailer, it shows everyone running around doing that event, and they're definitely on the moon.
So do you think it's gonna be like a new public event?
Maybe.
maybe
That would be cool.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
Wait, didn't they actually say something about that? That it will be in a public space so anyone can join? I somewhat remember that somewhere. Maybe it was on the website specifically about the season. I'll check.
Maybe.
On April 21st. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go in order of and in March 13th. we
Briar,
get the-
before you go forward, it does say Seraph Towers, join your fellow guardians and prepare Rasputin's defenses in shared public events.
Okay, so
is.
it's public events.
Okay.
March 13th, we get Trials of Osiris, the new endgame PvP. It returns every weekend with a new seal, Trials-themed weapons, and armor. Now, they did say that Trials, while they said last week that Trials would not have the artifact enabled, the first week will have the artifact enabled.
Correct.
Because they weren't able to kind of like put the fix in place.
Because they had
Yeah,
already
first
done the certification for it. So then you can't be like, oh, hey, PlayStation, Xbox and stuff. Can we slip this on in there? They're like, sorry, can't do it. Can't recertify it fast enough.
Which I think it sucks, but the first weekend should be of minimal impact, I would think, except for the people who just go whole hog and play from Tuesday to Friday for 24 hours a day.
Which
You
I
know,
know a few.
Yeah, I mean they're out there, but for the most part, I think it'll have minimal effect. And then by week 2 of Trials, they'll have the artifact taken care of. Like you're definitely going to see some people who are like incredibly powerful
Right.
in the first week.
Yeah.
Right.
But hopefully, it won't be just dominated by
Right.
I dig that. I feel like I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I don't think it would be that much of a problem. I think just the hype behind the fact that it's Trials, a lot of people just won't care. I don't think I think there's going to be some people who are going to be like really pushing to get flawless weapons, get the flawless gear, the flawless ornaments, everything that they were talking about. But overall, I think people during the first couple of experiences, the first couple of weeks with Trials, they're just going to be happy that it's back. So they just
the
gonna
first week, I
you
think,
know?
is going to be. I mean, people are going to join the first week and be like, "Oh, let's check out Trials," because there's a lot of people who had never played original Trials in Destiny 1,
Mhm.
right.
and they're going to check out Trials. And if they get their ass beat by people who play for 24/7, they're gonna that's going to leave a bad taste in their mouth. Are they even going to come back for week 2?
Right.
Well, this is why I'm hoping that we get the bounty system back, where people can be like, okay, well, I died, but at least I finished this bounty and I can get something from it. So
Right.
then they're like, okay, well, I'll keep going back in and doing the bounties. At least I get some loot.
That's what I'm hoping
I agree
too. Yeah. In terms of the light level stuff, it's there's clearly going to be some people who are going to grind like hell and be like,
Oh, yeah.
how are you?
Oh, yeah.
It's high of light. This is
yeah.
insane. But the number of people who actually do trials in the first weekend is obviously going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be the biggest weekend for trials, the first weekend. So the chances of running into those people are also going to be a lot lower with matchmaking because it's the biggest population.
Paying my son $2 an hour to grind from Tuesday afternoon till Friday.
Tell
just
him-
going to be doing lost sectors
Tell him
for 24 hours a day.
I'll pay him $2.25 an hour.
No, I'm not going to tell him that.
Oh no.
Come on, Briar. It's a free market.
Not if he doesn't know it is.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I agree with Watts. I think the probability of having a reward system kind of be able to be available across the board, no matter winning or losing, I think that's something that's going to continuously bring people back. So I agree with that. I agree with that.
Next up on the roadmap, April 21st, we get the Grandmaster Ordeal, new
Mhm.
Nightfall strike difficulty. So it's a new higher difficulty of the Nightfall, which seems to me to be like an answer to what do you do with Nightfalls? Do you raise the difficulty of the Nightfall, or do you leave it where it's at and then make a new higher difficulty?
Well, considering we're getting to light level 7 billion, it makes sense that they raise the difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very interesting that over Grandmaster Ordeal, it has new seal.
Yeah,
True.
Really?
and endgame
Interesting
rewards.
that they put it there. Yeah.
New seal.
There's a new
Yeah.
seal. Nice. I did not
Yeah.
look at that.
There's a new seal.
Interesting.
I don't know if
That's-
they just mean new seal in general, or maybe that's when you can actually finish the new seal because everything will be out.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know.
This is actually a good time to mention the light level stuff. So they're boosting it to where blues drop up to 950 now, and then your regular powerfuls go all the way up to 1,000.
Yeah.
Whoa! And then you're gonna have pinnacles jump up to 1,010. So
Yeah.
there's going to. So if you're 970 right now, you have a climb.
They're also adding new sources for pinnacles.
Yes, they are. Yeah, for like 3 of them, right? They're doing strikes and
the-
Crucible, Gambit, and Strikes, right?
Yeah,
Is
the
that one?
weekly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
I'm
nice.
huge.
Yeah.
I don't play Gambit. I can't do Gambit. It's not.
Why not?
Because listen,
Don't you want to be a dredging, bro?
Yeah, man.
no. I don't.
I got dredging without really knowing that I was getting it, and that I needed one thing that I actually had to do, and I was like, "Well, I guess I'll be a dredging."
I guess
I
I'll be a
can't.
dredging.
I'm still waiting for that to
It makes up
happen.
for me being a snitch.
I'm waiting
I don't
for
have a
that like
single
last
seal.
thing to drop where I'm like, oh, suddenly I have that seal, huh? Okay, but it hasn't happened yet. And the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, damn, I'm becoming self-aware of like suddenly having dredging title.
I refuse. I refuse to do anything Gambit related. I can't do it. I can't do it. It brings me nothing but stress. It makes me sweaty. It's just no. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
do it. I can't do anything Gambit related.
I'm
And I've
with you, man.
tried. I definitely tried.
The only thing that's
Gambit
worked for
Prime's
me,
great.
the only thing that's worked for me is making a build strictly for Xenophage, like heavy ammo finishers, all that stuff, and then being toxic. And
Mhm.
I've actually had fun doing that in Gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah, being
Wow.
toxic.
Maybe I should try that because I don't have stress. I have boredom. I have an extreme case of boredom when I play Gambit. Because like early on, I thought it was exciting and fun, and then like, I normally play just like matchmaking, right? Because I just join up, and like
Right.
there's one guy who's only using bows because he's working on that. And there's one guy who's he's only using melees because he's working on that.
Right.
And there's one guy who's just standing there. He's got like a rubber band around his controller, just trying to
Farming,
get 10
man.
matches done.
Farming,
Like
like
I'm
a
like,
god.
this is like in no way competitive, so I don't really care. So now it's just boring. I just want to get this match over with as fast as possible. But of course, we win the first match, lose the second match, so it always goes to 3 matches.
Perfect. Balanced game.
It just takes
Fun
25
had.
minutes per match.
That was the most accurate description of Gambit. It reminds me of, like, you guys remember the Peanut, right? Like Charlie Brown and Snoopy,
Yeah.
when they were always at like,
Yeah.
you know, right? And they were always like at a party. Every time they had like a party or a dance, you always had random things happening in random areas across the screen. That's Gambit. That's exactly what Gambit is. You got one person over there playing a piano. You got a dingy person over there with his hands in his pocket. You got one person who's just like head bobbing. Like, it's, you don't,
Yeah.
there's no
My
coordination.
favorite is when it's like, all right, bank your motes to summon a primeval, and you turn around, your blueberry has like 2, and it's like, oh, perfect, we need 2, and then he's like,
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, he's
Time to
gonna-
invade.
I'm
"Run
going through the
away
portal.
right now," and he like goes through the invasion portal. Like, no, you come back.
That's so
But-
accurate.
Like I kind of have the similar problem with strikes. Is like the first 100 times I do a strike, I'm like kind of optimizing like the way through this strike, like so I can get it through as fast as I can, or you know, like what weapons, or maybe I'll switch it up and do swords only or shotguns only for an entire strike, or you know, something like
Right.
that. But after like I don't know 100 times do the same strike, I literally there's not any thoughts that go through my head. It's almost like meditation. Like, it's like
Yeah.
there is no thought going
Yeah.
through my head
It's like
for the
doing
12
the
minutes
dishes
it takes
after
to
a
do this
while.
strike.
Yeah. Like, you become a complete shell and you're just
Yeah.
there existing and not knowing anything that's happening around you. And it's
So I'm
it's-
hoping that we start getting some more strikes, because like when we
I
get a
would
new strike,
love
it's
that.
fun to figure out like what's the best route,
Yeah.
what's the best weapons, like what bosses are we gonna fight. Like
right.
I thought the nightmares that we got during Shadowkeep were super fun.
Oh, you know what would be amazing? If they reprised Sephix Prime. Oh my god. Wouldn't that be awesome?
April
No.
21st through May 11th.
We were just talking about the Cosmodrome and bringing back the Cosmodrome and all that. Then boom,
If they
Sephix Prime, let's have
that
it.
Heavy metal cover for sure.
Well, of
That-
course,
that
the heavy
cover-
metal
that
music
cover-
has to come back in there.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
Still good.
Ugh,
April 21st through May 11th, we're getting Guardian Games,
Yeah.
a free event for all players. Class competition
competition.
with new legendary armor. I can't wait to see what this is. I hope it's really fun.
Yeah. I hope it's
I would
super
love it.
cool.
I
It's
hope it's
interesting 'cause-
Crucible based.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty
That would
sure
be-
it is.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Lord.
hope it's not just like I hope it's not Fractalini, but you're donating to your class, because then the class that has the more players is going to be the one that wins. Which
If it's
Right.
who can run the most
This
lost
one.
sectors in a month, I'm checking out now. I'm not even going to participate. Like I could care less.
So
right.
my my first instinct is it's going to be game completions, no matter the activity for whatever class you're in. So like the most completions.
That's not interesting.
I know,
I
but
have
like
a counterpoint.
okay,
So if you look at the picture, it's got moat-sized donation point thingies
It
right
does.
below each of
Oh, it
the
does?
banner.
It does.
It does.
They're
So
lit
that
up.
looks like you're gonna have to slam some moats.
are they in the
type of
tower though?
thing.
They're in the tower, aren't they?
Why?
They're in the tower.
Okay,
yeah.
so I see
Yes.
a red one, I see a yellow one, I see a blue one. Is that one
Yep.
for each class? So you got to
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
You think that? How are you going to earn those moats then? Are you going to earn it by killing other guardians?
I hope so. Taking
running
taking
lost
their
sector.
moats. It's
Completing
gonna be
strikes.
guys.
Playing
it's gonna be
Gambit?
supremacy. It's a supremacy game mode.
That sounds
You
exactly
you
like what it's
collect
gonna be.
you collect their
Yeah.
You
tags,
collect modes.
the class tags when you play supremacy.
Okay, I'm
That's
sold on
actually-
that. That'd be
That's
awesome.
actually pretty
I'm
fun.
in.
It should
But
have
if
like
it's just who could stomach running the most strikes for, what is that,
Stomach.
20 days? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not even.
I'm gonna be honest.
Which
I don't-
class gives up the first?
I don't even remember doing a strike. That's how long it's been since I've done a strike. I don't remember doing any PvE content.
So I'm just saying, like, given past history and how Bungie has been able to handle things, and also how stretched they might be for activities in the seasonal content, I'm assuming it's going to be something simple like completions of certain type of game modes. But if it was something that deep, where it was like maybe even a completely new game mode where it's like get 3 headshots, get a crest bank, and then go whatever,
That
like,
would be
that'd be really
amazing.
cool.
Well, the
It
game
would be.
tracks how many hunters, warlocks, and titans you kill.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
And like really, what other form of competition is there other than murdering each other?
True.
It's the purist type.
I have no idea why I got so excited. I got so excited when he said that. I'm like, yeah, I love
It's
killing
gonna
my
be
friends.
it's gonna be baking cookies.
Baking.
Which class
Gonna have a
can bake
bake-off.
the best? Yeah, the bake-off. The
I'm
Great
loving it.
Guardian bake-off.
Who's the
Y'all
most
remember
efficient baker?
at the end of the faction rally when like one faction would win and we'd be like, oh dude, we have to band together and beat them next time. You know that
Yeah.
feeling of like you wanted to
Yeah.
get back?
Yep.
I want to have that feeling like really hard with this. So like if
Yeah.
one class wins, it's like, oh dude, we got to get those crayon eaters next time. We got to take it to like the max. This is like the craziest thing I can think of. Whichever
Yeah.
class wins, Bungie pulls the plug on the other two classes for like a day. So if you want to play D2 on reset and like the hunters
You
win,
have to
like,
play as
gotta
a
play
hunter.
hunter, bro. Sorry, I only have a Titan and a war. Like, I
That'd
guess
be
you don't
great.
play D2 today.
That's insane.
I
That's
love it.
extreme, but I
Just
like
one
it.
day. One day.
I
Wow.
like it though. I like it. That's crazy. I'm like really thinking about how the gear naturally is going to look, because just overall the design of what the image is giving off, I really want some like super sleek, super, fitted, really athletic looking armor and gear. Even the shaders, even everything, that this entire design just gives me this really smooth looking character design that I really hope they're going to put emphasis on when it comes down to the gear that they're going to provide for anyone that competes or wins. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
really want them to put a lot of effort into doing that, because that would be really cool.
Yeah, it'll be
I
interesting.
would love. Can you imagine like a guardian wearing like shorts and running shoes? That'd be amazing. Are you kidding
That would
me?
be hilarious.
I would love that.
That
Some
would be
cut off
great.
jeans, some jorts.
I want to see some exo shins. I'm trying to see
It's like
that.
you're reading
I bet
pages
Titans
right out
have
of my
really
diary.
skinny calves. You know what?
Oh my god. Bro, what? I hope so, because you can never say anything to me again.
I want my Titan to be wearing jorts and a muscle shirt.
Yeah, man.
And then
Now we're
and then you
cooking.
do like the coconut emote together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Monty Python. Yeah.
Adding to rumors that Bungie is lazy, it turns out they're staying home for the next 2 weeks.
Yep. They're calling
I
in
knew
sick.
it. What a bunch of slackers.
Yeah.
No one's going to work. 2 weeks. Yeah,
job ever.
Seattle.
What's
well,
going on with Seattle, Watts?
Okay,
What the hell's
so
up?
Yeah. Give us a live update.
okay, live update coming in.
What happened
from
when you
the
looked outside
heat of the-
today?
There's no one out there. It's
Oh
definitely-
my God.
So, King County in Washington, which is basically the county that Bungie has their studio, it is ranked, I think, 7th for most deaths from coronavirus so far. We had the first death somewhat near Bungie in America that happened. So it's pretty bad. So a lot of places are making people work from home if they can. Bungie has done a lot preparing for if something like this happens so that people can work from home if they absolutely need to, if they can work from home. Because obviously there's some jobs, maybe you need to capture animations. I don't think you have your own animation capturing studio. You might have to go into work. But a
Right.
lot of people can just work from home. I know Microsoft has a mandatory everyone must work from home for 2.5 weeks. I know that some schools are doing online classes, like 2.5 weeks of online class, no going to school. So it's pretty crazy here at the moment, actually.
In related news, all the first 3 RoboCop movies are all on HBO Go right now, as is Big Trouble in Little China. So, while you're
You
working
know
from
what
home.
other news there is? Contagion is trending as a movie to watch. Who would have thought?
Huh.
Actually,
That's
really
hilarious.
I heard something else also. A certain type of material that people like to watch on certain questionable websites has come up with the coronavirus
An
category.
Uptick, huh?
What it is that you're
A
referring
coronavirus
certain
on Pornhub?
Where-
A coronavirus category? Oh dear lord.
Apparently, people
I
are
need
searching
more
for
information.
coronavirus porn.
My evening plans are confirmed.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
What do you even
websites
expect to
would do
see
something
on
like
something
that?
like that?
Literally tell me what websites so I can avoid them.
Apparently,
As he
Pornhub.
says that, he types in category.
He's like, I got a bookmark.
Corona.
Here, let me drop you the link
Definitely
real
gonna
quick.
check this out.
I'll pop it up real quick.
Please tell me.
I'm so
every-
sick.
I want to know every single website so that I don't go.
Getting a contagious virus that might kill you is indeed horny. We now know.
I guess the mask stayed on, guys. That's what happened.
Maybe.
Stays on. Kinky. I dig it.
Quick topic. Here's something that's kind of cool. If you use the hashtag Trials Returns on Twitter and then upload a post of your coolest kills in Trials of Osiris, Budgie will feature them in the next TWAB.
I did indeed do the hashtag Trials Returns with the best clip of Patrick having to clutch up, popping his golden gun, and
saw
jumping
that.
off the map.
That was good.
Beautiful.
The best Trials clip.
I got a clip from D1
beautiful.
where two warlocks revived at the same time, and they converged on me like that. One sniper shot, two headshots, one shot.
Nice. Got
Beautiful,
the clap.
beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful. I will only have one cool Trials clip ever, and it's the only one that I ever have, and I will always share it. It is I don't have anything else better than this, and it was when I popped Blade, I jumped up and I blinked, and in midair I swiped. In midair, I dodged all three golden gun shots, all three.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And then I got the 3 kills, and then the last kill was a trade because I was getting shot by Thor pre-nerf.
I got one. I'll have to pick this one up and send it in because it's pretty good. I actually called out to my teammates. The rest of the team was all hanging out in a single room. So I go, hold on, I'll just Nova bomb them, and I jump up in the air and pop my Titan bubble because I forgot that I changed classes.
Dude, we all have moments like that. They humanize us. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
The rest of my team died immediately because they were laughing too hard to play the rest of the match.
That's ridiculous.
You know the number of Nova bombs I've chucked into a wall because of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. One time there was a warlock trying to kill me on Anomaly back in D1. Blinks up, pop that Nova bomb. He does the super high blink, winds up to throw, but the part on an Anomaly, there's the truck kind of leads out to the open moon area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow. Pops that blink, jumps up to the ceiling, throws he blinked up and the wall was right here. And he throws the Nova bomb, killed himself.
Oh my god, dude.
So you're just
I
like,
love it. I was like,
where'd he go?
So
Oh.
much anger. So much anger
F's in
in
the
so many
chat,
different
Guardian.
situations. That's a rough-
Budgie went into what they're going to do with the level cap moving forward. So we talked about this a little bit before. I'm just going to go ahead and read what they said here real quick.
Yes.
We're raising the cap for gear drops 40 points. Powerful gear will now drop up to 1,000, with pinnacle drops going up to 1010. The soft cap has been effectively raised to 50 points. Gear drops from nearly all sources will continue to be upgrades until 950 power, and powerful reward sources will now be required to progress to 950. I'm sorry, powerful reward sources will not be required to progress to 950.
Yeah.
We're looking to present an element of gear progression available each season, as well as prepare underlying systems for future updates like the forthcoming one for legendary weapons mentioned by Luke Smith in Director's Cut. I'm excited about this because I do not like the 10 level gain that we've been getting for the last couple of seasons. It's not satisfying. I don't
kinda
care.
boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40 points is okay. Blues are going to mean something again if you're not already 950. If you are, then you're going to be looking for power rewards, and there's going to be an actual
For
progression
me,
to
it's like
leveling up.
the having powerfuls actually means something is great. It's fun because
Yeah,
last season was okay, all these powerfuls.
nothing.
Well, I guess I had a little bit because I wasn't truly 960 yet, but still, it was one day, then they were done. I was like, okay, powerfuls suck again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to see this. I didn't like the 10 level. It wasn't enough. I want a little bit of a. I get the counterpoint of it doesn't matter anyway. It's just busy work.
But it's a reason to do the busy work, right? It's a reason to
Yeah.
to
I
go
think
and
that's-
for me to go and even do Gambit, which I never do. To be
Right.
like, oh, I'm gonna go get my powerful reward from Gambit so I can level up.
That's when I
Right.
keep on hoping that I suddenly get dredging. Where I'm like, it's the new season, I have to get some power, and I go, okay, bank those motes, and then suddenly dredging.
The only thing I am concerned about is that they put the power level at 960 for Trials. And before this news, I was like, oh, that's pretty okay. And then after I'm like, oh, it's gonna be really easy to get that. So I almost hope that I would like to see Bungie, if they just keep this and they don't put any other things in place. We know there's going to be a mission that you're going to have to do, or a quest to unlock trials, and you're going to have to be 960. I would like them to make it to where you have to do some of those introductory quests, maybe all of them, before you can start actually getting powerful gear drops.
Right.
Because then you have to play a lot of the game before you can get up to 960 and go into trials.
I don't want that at all. Maybe I got to run a quest on one character and unlock trials for my entire account. But if I got to go through like the same quest on all three characters, I'm gonna be like bored by the second character.
Right.
It's to prevent the cheaters, though.
cheaters,
is what we're thinking
Yeah,
of. Like if
that's
someone is on an account and they cheat and then they get banned and make a brand new one, it's going to be very easy for them to just go right back in.
Yeah.
I don't want them to punish me because there are cheaters out there.
I see both sides.
Find a better way.
I see both sides. I feel like there's definitely a common ground that can be obtained to make it a bit more difficult to experience the content that we want to experience, because obviously, like Watts said, we don't want cheaters. But for the people who are not cheaters, for the people who are dedicated, you shouldn't make that experience more difficult for them to achieve what they're trying to achieve just because they're, saying they're playing the game. So I see both sides. I don't think though, Trials of Osiris is meant, it's in the title, it's in the actual promotion. It's new, well, not new, but it's end game PvP. Trials of Osiris is supposed to be the essential esports content of the Destiny universe. So therefore, it shouldn't be easy to obtain. It shouldn't be overall easy to experience. It should be something that should be fun, and it should be high risk, high reward. To prevent cheaters, though, I agree that they should find a different way to kind of make that possible. Because
Don't they have to like level up the characters anyway? If they create a new account, won't they have to get to that?
Yeah, new account has to have all that leveled up and then hit 960. And I mean, would you be able to do that in 1 week? Hit 960?
I mean, you can get to 950
probably.
with blues, right?
Yeah,
I'm
but can
dedicated
you?
to all these cheaters?
Yeah, can you jump 10 levels though with powerfuls in 1 week?
I don't think so. I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I hear that. I hear that.
Maybe.
I just-
So you
I
definitely
would
can
think
if
they
you have
could.
other characters on that account, but this is assuming a brand new account, right?
Yeah,
Like,
brand new account.
fresh
Yeah.
account, no characters.
Yeah,
I
because
just
they
hope that
technically
they-
would ban the account.
Yeah.
A
I
new
feel-
account is 750 to start. Oh, that's
Well, the blues is one thing. It's the powerfuls. How many powerfuls are available, and then what can you get out of those powerfuls to have
blues
jump?
get you up to 950.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to jump 10 levels with powerfuls.
To play trials.
And then comp.
Well, how
gives
big a
you
difference is there going to be
powerful
between 960 and 950?
Uh,
If you're planning a DDoS and everybody once you get into trials anyway, are you really that concerned about what your power level is?
no, that's
you
just
have
to
to be
get into the
960
mode.
to go into trials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 I hear that. I just want there to be, like I was having this conversation before, and that's exactly why I said that Trials was not initially going to fix the game. It's just going to give us another opportunity to play something that's familiar and fun. Overall, I feel like content in itself, when it comes down to Destiny, Trials of Osiris is what brought a large amount of eyes to a lot of channels. The amount of people that started their careers because of Trials of Osiris is crazy. And then when Destiny 2 came out, and we're not going to talk about the Red War, we're not going to talk about Trials of Osiris, we're not going to discuss, but that, the amount of careers that also semi-plummeted because of the lack of trials, because of the lack of eyes that happened at the beginning of Destiny 2. I feel like Trials of Osiris now is going to be something that's going to bring a lot of eyes and a lot of attention back, but it can get very stale if it's not done carefully. Like it can still go very bad.
Like
very
Trials of the
fast.
Nine. I mean, that's literally the
Trials of
example.
whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
Like the way the
That was
rewards
during
were and all that. It
DQ's
was just
beginning
oof.
of make things available for everyone, right?
right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That was rough times.
that's my biggest fear. That has always been my biggest fear, especially with trials. People kept saying that they want trials, and I'm like, it's not going to fix everything. It's not going to fix, the ability balancing. It's not going to fix the weapon balancing. And there's, again, like, I'm someone who thinks of both sides. Yes, Destiny is supposed to be something that should have a specific skill gap, but at the same time, I'm a hunter that can create a baton that's fueled by electricity. None of this is supposed to make sense at all whatsoever. Titans have electrical arms that when you hit them, they hit you back. It's like there's not
Crayons.
everything is supposed to make sense. Crayons, lint.
Crayons,
Not everything
man.
is supposed to make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be, space magic. Old Man Mikowski, who's like a very good friend of mine, he made this point during one of his streams, because I always watch his streams when it comes down to his content, because he's a great PvP player. He stopped caring about things being too balanced because Destiny in itself is supposed to be enjoyed. And that's one thing that I feel like overall the PvP community kind of forgot in that sense, because they want skill gaps, they want weapon balancing, they want to be able to be good players and stay at the top because they're good players. And I understand that. I get that concept. I get that feeling as a PvP player, but at the same time, Destiny is not just PvP. Destiny has never always been just PvP.
Yeah.
I remember a time where, like, I was one of the arguments that I made with another friend of mine when I was streaming was that there was a point in D1 where you made the observation, you made the attempt to be in PvE consistently, and the weapons and gear that you got was great for PvE. Prime example, Fatebringer. We loved Fatebringer, but if you took Fatebringer into a PvP game, probably didn't do so good. You know what I mean? Like, you probably did not do as good as someone who had a last word or a palindrome or a thorn. But at the same time, there was just this specific amount of balance that had this specific amount of progression. As of right now, everything is everywhere. So you kind of don't want to take it too seriously because you still want to enjoy the game. And like I said, I think that's something that people are tending to forget these days. So
Yeah, it's like a party PvP game.
right.
It's
Yeah.
not a super comp.
It wasn't
Very
designed
crazy.
to be like tournament competitive, like Overwatch or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Well, one of the appeals of Destiny in the early days for me was the fact that you go out and you find all this cool shit,
Mhm.
and then you bring it into the Crucible and
Yeah.
you use it on other Guardians, and it's super fun. Like, you find the
Yeah.
Vex Mythoclast and you're like, ha ha, I got the best weapon in the game, you fuckers. Like, that was kind of the part of the fun of it, you know?
You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
that's what I feel. I feel like right now there's like so much, and it's kind of like shorthanding to say, but I really feel like it's the PvP community that's making that a thing. And it's super
Yeah.
difficult because overall, like, it's just difficult to experience all the time, because again, as a PvP player, I can understand why PvE people just want to enjoy PvP. They shouldn't have to feel like they you know what I mean? It shouldn't be a get good kind of situation. This is not a game this is not Fortnite World Cup. This is not, you know what I mean? This is not Counter-Strike Go. This is not COD. This is not Halo. This is something that was supposed to be enjoyed, something that's not supposed to make sense, something that's supposed to generate amazing clips that are just wild and outrageous. It's supposed to be something that you're supposed to experience this in a crazy manner. So the fact that people are trying to put it into a really competitive space for logical reasons, because I understand why, it's just sometimes it's a little bit
strange.
It's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
It's a little strange. Yeah.
Yep.
We're also getting an Eververse update. Luke Smith
Yes.
mentioned last week that they're getting rid of the bright Engrams, right? So
Yep.
anything that's available in the Eververse store from here on out, it seems to me from reading all this, is that you'll know the price of it up front and you'll just be able to purchase it.
Yep.
Beautiful.
That's a huge improvement.
It's just I enjoy that because I hate having to go in there and find bright dust because I'm tired of buying silver. But now I have to buy silver. But now I know when I'm buying silver. That's the difference. So yeah, I'm for that.
And then
Watch,
they showed
did you
off
notice
the,
there's a hunter cloak that doesn't go over the helmet?
Yes. This
Is
is
that the first in Destiny
It's
2?
the second one now.
No,
Are we
it's the
talking
second
about
one in
the
Destiny
now?
2.
And we're talking about the picture now.
Yeah, this is the one I
Yes,
originally
we're
thought we were
talking
talking
about the
in the
picture
beginning.
that
This is my-
confused the Twitterverse.
This is my favorite picture ever.
It's a hilarious,
I had like a-
hilarious picture.
I had like a, oh my God, Tyler Durden Fight Club moment when I realized that the Guardian on the right is a hunter
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because look, that hunter is like swole. He's been pumping iron, dude. He's jacked.
It's pretty jacked. Yeah.
He doesn't need. He's got two.
Yeah,
He's
not
got
gonna be
dual
bigger.
And then-
primaries right here.
And then you got
And then
some
look on
sort
the
of like.
left. What is this dumpster diving Titan? Who was
It doesn't even look
last
like a
to the
Titan.
discount
It
bid?
looks like an NPC in the tower.
Wait, that's a Titan?
Yes, look at the.
Are
dude,
you
look
sure?
At the, look
You
at
know
the
what the,
symbol on the leg.
the
It's Titan
funniest
symbol.
thing that I saw someone say is like the hunter and the warlock were cool and like, hell yeah, look at us, we're cool and hanging out. And the Titan's like, okay, can I join your fire team? I found these clothes at the at Walmart. They're pretty cool.
Hey guys, I want to be a guardian.
The
got a
Titan
jacket?
has,
This is like a
The Titan
jacket
is
the
the little
Goodwill
brother.
threw away because they couldn't sell it.
dude, the warlock and the hunter
Okay.
are like, yo, let's roll deep. And then the mom is
Yes,
like,
sure.
take your little brother Jeremy too. He's Jeremy's new jacket.
Put your coat on. You don't want to get cold out.
Cold out.
He has
Do you have
crumbs
your
on his
glove
face.
clips
Well,
on?
maybe
Don't lose your
if we-
mittens.
If we get rid of the Titan mark, maybe it looks better. And then put a shader on it. Because the Titan mark is covering like the entire freaking leg.
All right.
Bungie's
looks
like,
really
all you
strange.
bitches were complaining about the shoulders are too big. We toned it down, and now what's up?
That's
This-
definitely not toning it down. That's removing it entirely.
This Titan looks like it just got jolted with some space magic in the
I thought it
EDZ
was a
and rolled
warlock.
out. It was like, hey guys, I just
I
woke
thought it
up
was
from
a
a really
warlock.
long nap. I guess I'm a guardian now.
I was
What
really
Just
irritated
put two
because
warlocks in the
as soon as you scroll down, right under that photo down, you see the finishers, and I looked at the Titan finisher and I looked at the Warlock finisher, and I'm like, wait, that's a duplicate. Who did that? And then I noticed, I'm like, oh shit, that's a Titan. That's oh no, like that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
that's
Titan's
not a
wearing
great.
heels, and from the angle of the finisher, they're wearing heels and a dress. So you're like, warlock.
Yeah.
The warlock's sitting here over here. He's got like a fur-lined coat. He looks like totally badass.
That is
pimped
most
out.
badass.
He's wearing actual
warlock.
sneakers
Yeah,
too.
I like
So
that.
He's got like actual
cool.
sneakers.
yeah. He's got like
That's
high
like
tops
the-
on.
He does, yeah.
That's like the fur. You remember Batman: The Dark Knight Rises? That like that big
Mm-hmm.
poofy
Mm,
Bane
Bane.
coat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
dude. I'm so about it.
Hey,
So
there's
funny.
a lot of Bane in
Look
that
at it,
warlock.
The hunter's like, I don't need a hood anymore. I'm clean, ready to go.
He's
I'm
wearing a
swole. I've been
hoodie.
working out. I've been doing a lot of
Yes.
He's got
sit-ups.
a hoodie with his head down.
I got like a
Yeah.
6-pack full of tall boys. I'm ready to go.
The hunter, the way that this hunter looks makes me want them to bring back the first ever hunter cloak, the little scarf, the little bandana that they
Yeah,
had.
that was awesome.
I would
Yeah.
just wear that with that setup. I'm
Yeah.
running around looking like I'm from the Warriors. I look like the Fonz. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, that hunter looks good.
I still can't
love
believe that's the Titan. Like it just
I know
it looks like you just saved this person. The EDZ was like, all right, carry on now. You're free. Like,
And the
There's
head-
always been this kind of like rule of thumb, like you can identify all the classes by their silhouette.
mhm.
Nope,
This is the
not
first
anymore.
time.
no, no.
Like,
I've
no.
thrown that out the window.
They didn't help that Titan at all. Even his ghost looks like a lunchbox. Like it's just
Yeah, you've got like the warlock has a mini almighty kind of
Yeah.
ghost. The
Yeah.
hunter's got snakes around their ghosts, and the Titan has a
lunchbox.
It's got a
Yeah.
brand new
Jawbreaker
helmet.
in it.
It's
Dude,
all
Hunter's-
like sparkling clean.
Hunter's like, yo, I heard you talking shit, bro. You said I dodge out of every encounter. Yo, who's dodging now? Why don't you,
Yeah,
why don't
right.
you roll forward into
Dodge
these guns, baby?
I think
got
for
the
the
AC
Guardian
case
Count
now.
stream this year, that we should make Pope one of Pope's rewards be that he has to wear that armor for a year.
yes,
Oh
Yeah.
and cosplay it in real life because it
My
won't be
God.
hard.
I paid so much money to St. Jude to watch Pope roll into any real life situation wearing that coat and like that orange. What is that? What am I looking at?
It's
don't-
like a running biker bicycling.
They look
Yeah.
like the leg warmers that they used to wear for aerobics in the 80s.
There's so much confusion.
Yes.
I'm so confused just looking at
The
this.
Titan's ready to get physical.
Yeah. It really looks dystopian patched together like out of things that they found. You're like, I guess this will work out here.
It's actually
He's like the
ridiculous.
best friend in the movie that's definitely going to get killed.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
That's exactly
Absolutely.
right. First to go.
Absolutely.
Man, I feel bad for all the Titan mains out there. This is a low blow by Bungie.
But do you know what was funnier? So many Titan mains were like, "Oh man, that Titan looks so cool," and then
What?
as it went
This
on,
one?
they were like, "You know, that's the one on the left, right?" And they
Because
were
that's
like,
what I like,
Hello?
Watch is right. I tweeted out. I was like, What's wrong with the hunter picture? Because you just assume on the frame.
You thought that was a
the
hunter?
Titan's the chonker.
I thought the
Hunter
Titan was
is
on the
thick
right.
with like 8 Cs, dude. It's like
I
the thickest
absolutely-
hunter I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely thought that the hunter was on the right because when I first saw the photo, I didn't expand the photo. So when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's a cool Titan helmet." And then I clicked it, and I'm like, "Oh, we got it now! Like we won! Finally win something! I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing."
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna be
definitely gonna be making fun of Titans a lot for the next season.
Dude, that hunter looks like he's gonna stuff the Titan into a locker
Yes.
and then ride off on his bike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like no joke.
That's what's happening.
This is like senior year. This is oh, you know how you have like homecoming, high school, oh man, yo, this is a high school reunion, and Titans was definitely like the bully, you know what I mean, in high school that now
Yeah.
has like that really crappy desk job, and the hunter is like now the billionaire. Yeah.
Or this could be Zavala's origin story. How originally this is how he looked. He was a bitch. This is his first year. You know what I'm saying?
I dig it. I like that.
Yeah,
one better.
His rookie
that.
year.
It's
His rookie year.
Yeah, this is like,
I like that one better.
this is
Zavala
hundreds of years
year
ago.
one.
They're gonna be on the Cosmodrome. Zavala's like building a sand castle, and the warlock and the hunter come over, just getting sand in his face. Carlson.
It's
And his
even
name
how
is-
they pose him. He's
His
just
name
like
isn't Zavala back
oh,
then.
man.
It's like,
Oh, it was.
It's like Zeke. This castle Zeke.
This is the greatest photo of all time.
I want that geometry homework on my my
Nice
desk by
castle.
tomorrow. Make sure the handwriting looks different so we don't get busted for copying.
Right.
And Zavala's like
Oh,
he's in
man.
the gym. He's like pumping iron. You know.
I'm one of those
Can't
people
help.
that, like, in my phone, when you call me, I like to have like a custom picture of you. You know, so like I can just glance and see that your picture. And Pope one day posted a picture of him in like a Crayola crayon that he dressed up in.
Yes, I remember that.
So I made that his picture on my phone. So when he calls, I start giggling right away. I'm like, Pope's calling. Puts me in a good mood. Well, I'm changing it to this Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pope's new
Absolutely.
picture on my phone is gonna be this Titan.
Get his face on
Absolutely.
there.
You guys want to do some patch notes? We got another
Yeah, let's do
preview,
it.
the final
Oh
preview.
yeah. We got
Yeah.
There's a lot in here.
So for exotic armor for the hunter, we're going to start with Assassin's Cowl. The invisibility and healing effect now triggers on powered melee, both against combatants and guardians and finishers. Powered
Okay.
melee and finishers. That's a nerf.
It used to trigger on any melee kill. in the
Any
Crucible.
melee kill.
Yeah.
And this has to be a powered melee. Although if it's does it trigger now on powered melee, not
It doesn't
powered
say
melee?
kill.
not
yeah.
So you could chuck a smoke and
There
then
So
we
it's
go.
a change then.
yeah.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
duration of the invisibility granted by the exotic increases based on the tier of the enemy defeated, and arc staff kills no longer activate the perk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you'd be wearing it with arc staff and just flipping around, smack someone, get your health back, be invisible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
That
It was
that makes
rough.
it sound like it's actually going to require the kill on the melee. Because the duration of invisibility depends on the tier of the enemy defeated. So
True.
It does say the enemy defeated.
Mm.
True.
it might have just been a typo.
True.
Right. Maybe.
Frosties change the ability of regeneration so that no longer stacks multiplicatively. I can't say that word with other class ability energy generation perks.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
I just want void stompies. I don't care how they work. I just want void stompies. I just want to have sniper scavenger on my stompies. I don't care about anything else. So that's good for me.
Kebri
Fair enough.
Sting, all smoke bombs deal 150% damage while wearing this exotic.
This is one of my favorite hunter
It's-
exotics.
They really made Kefri Sting usable with this, and I'm still not going to use it because it's the ugliest looking.
It
exotic.
looks great.
It is.
You can make it look great.
No, no. You
Teach
are
'em.
never
Teach 'em,
gonna-
Watts.
No, I don't want. No,
I've seen Watts' 3-hour long
learn.
fashion shows, and I'm going to default to Watts on this one.
Yeah,
Go for it.
challenging Watts' fashion sense.
On a
It's
periods,
It's a tough one.
I'm not. Listen, I'm humbly telling myself that I am ignorant and uneducated in this department, and I'd rather stay that way because I will be damned if I wake up one day and I'm like, Carefree Stain kind of looks good. No, not happening. It's not happening. No, I'm okay.
Orpheus Rig, the maximum amount of super you can regain from this exotic with a single use of Shadow Shot is 50%.
Okay, where was this before? Because I don't remember.
Lame, but
I feel like they just nerfed this, didn't they?
They did.
Last season?
they did.
For nothing.
They nerfed
did.
it, yeah,
They did.
like a season or two ago, and they
Not
reduced the amount of.
enough.
Yeah. Oh, not enough. They nerfed it.
I don't even understand why this nerf was necessary. What did the Orpheus Rig ever do to anybody? Like, I don't.
Too much
I
super,
don't know.
man. Too much fun. Too many orbs. Too much
Too
candy.
much super.
Too much.
Too
candy,
much candy.
Too easy. Too easy of raids. Too much. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know where it
maybe it was those legendary lost sectors, and they were like, "Oof, Orpheus rigs are making this a bit easy."
Yeah.
Look, you're going to be running a lot of lost sectors in this upcoming Guardian.
Them legendary lost sectors,
The Guardian games require
even bigger
it.
games.
Yeah.
Please no.
You know, I always do wonder, like, are they responding to something that is wrong now, or are they like responding to something that they see might be wrong with future content? You know,
Right.
and we know
think
we've
it's
got
sometimes
two
both,
high-end content pieces coming up, so it could be that they've just seen a problem in the next, in this next.
Plus
round
the
of
like
content.
public event thing that they're bringing in, the Seraph
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tower thingy. Maybe it was just really good in that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
could be a reason.
Young Ahabkar Spine increases the explosion radius for trip mines by 14%.
And you
That's
can
just the
unicorn
right
people.
number.
And you can
15% would have
unicorn
been too
people.
much. 13%, not enough. 14%, right on the money.
right?
15% out of your mind.
Out of your mind.
But the fact that you can unicorn and it gets a bigger blast radius, I'm definitely going to be rocking some of
Oh,
those
I'm
trip
gonna be
mines.
trip mine crazy all season. Like I'm totally mainlining a trip mine hunter all season.
I definitely agree with that. Definitely. I think that's a good idea.
Titan, Ashen Wake, killing an enemy with a fusion grenade while wearing this exotic now refunds grenade energy. The amount of grenade energy refunded scales based on the tier of the enemy killed.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Artius Wards, the shields created during a slide no longer allows chip damage through.
What exactly is that?
Cool.
The chip damage? Anybody know?
Okay, yeah. So I got a whole video on youtube.com
On
/
chip damage.
plays. What you can reflect with the Antaeus Ward's boots for the Titan. Super
Oh,
fun.
Also, is it
It's like-
Antaeus?
Antaeus,
yeah.
yeah. At least
Antaeus.
that's what I call it.
It's not Antaeus?
Amadeus.
Before the
Amadeus.
YouTube comments.
Amadeus.
Actually, it's pronounced. But it's while you can reflect a ton of stuff, you have to be frame perfect, bro. If you're not, a bunch of your Titan will be hurting for certain. Like you can reflect things and also die. So yeah, it's probably a good change,
This is the type of exotic I'd want to use on my Titan. Just because if I reflect something cool, it's gonna feel cool.
Imagine
we're
if you
clipping
look.
And that's all I want.
Imagine if you look like this Titan though in the season, and you had those
With
on
my
to
big
reflect.
old pants on, hell
You had
yeah.
your coat
Yeah, you
on,
see-
and then
that Titan needs these boots to reflect
me,
all the
If
shade.
I die in game from a Titan that looks like that with some extra large ashy legs, I'm gonna be really upset.
The
gonna be really
Antaeus
upset.
Wards
and
can't reflect the harm that's being done by those shoulders. Doomfang Pauldrons fixed a bug where Doomfang Pauldrons would sometimes grant super energy from melee kills while in your super.
Yes,
Man, super energy.
Okay.
that's good.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Doom Marchers
All
increase
right,
the radius
all right,
of the
fair.
static charge to 20 meters up from 12.
Whew. See,
That's a
now that
big
is
increase.
that's a big one.
But 14%.
yeah, 14%.
Perfect.
Mark 44 stand asides reduce the delay from the start of sprinting until the overshield comes into 0.5 seconds down from 1.25 seconds. That's a big plus.
Big drop.
It's a big
Wow.
difference.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah, that works.
One-eyed mask. Okay, here's the big one. The target marking from this exotic
Wait,
is
hold on, wait.
replaced.
Briar, read it to me slowly.
Okay.
I'm listening.
The target marking from this exotic has been replaced with target highlighting, eliminating the ability to detect targets through walls.
Oh my god.
Talk to me
So
nice.
good,
Talk to me
Amazing.
nice.
The one-eyed mask
Talk to
no
me
longer
nice.
provides a damage bonus when defeating your marked target.
Now bring it home.
One-eyed mask restored the previous overshield granted by defeating your marked target, which now has a duration of 6 seconds, down from 8 seconds.
Ah,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
It's poetry.
did you feel that? Did everybody feel that?
Oh, everyone did.
I think
Greatness.
everybody in the
My
Crucible
soul.
felt it.
Greatness. I felt that deep inside me. Great.
Severance enclosure. The explosion now triggers on powered melee, both against combatants and guardians and finishers.
Oh,
I
and
like that they're
finishers.
fixing
That's
some of these
interesting.
things to work with finishers.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
The radius damage of the explosion created by this exotic increases based on the tier of the enemy defeated.
That's actually like a new thing they've done, right? Is add that to the
Yeah.
description of you get X amount of benefit based on what tier you defeat.
Yes.
Cool. I like it.
Cool.
I like it.
Cool. Yes, yes,
Cool.
yes.
Nobody gives a shit about warlocks, so moving on.
Moving on.
The apotheosis fail. This exotic is now guaranteed to drop with a minimum of plus 16 to intellect.
Big brain plays. Like it.
Did we
Yep.
talk about that earlier? They are, or is that coming later in the TWAB? They are talking about exotics are
I
going to
think
drop with
It's later. It's
Later,
later.
it's
It's right
later.
after the warlock.
controverse hold. Reduce the damage reduction granted by this exotic to 20% down from 40%.
Thank
you.
God.
That's good.
But-
But also, I was kind of isn't the controverse hold you get the nade kill and then you get like energy back?
I believe so.
Yeah.
You are.
kinda
You're the
wondering-
warlock, right?
Yeah, but I try not to use the controverse too much because then like I wake up at like 3 a.m. in a cold sweat. I'm a terrible person. I was
Agreed.
kind of shocked that they didn't tweak the RNG return grenade amount, but maybe with the change to that and handheld supernova, maybe that's enough. So whatever.
Yeah,
It's fair. I get it.
it is. It's necessary.
The Ophidian aspects now increases the lunge range of the warlock melee attacks, even if the ability is on cooldown.
Okay. So warlocks are getting their melee range buffed because they had the slower melee. And then they're getting this buffed to give them a longer melee.
Right. The Ophidian aspects already give the increased reload. Is that
Yeah.
I'm
And
concerned.
swap speed too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bunch of handling.
Mm. We're back to D1 storm callers, everyone. We're back.
I can already tell what's about to happen.
I'm gonna
Okay.
tickle y'all from downtown.
You stay away from me with your evilness. You stay over there.
Use Bane coat. You can rock the Bane coat with the Ophidian aspects.
Perfect.
Jesus.
Verity's
ready.
Brow, the buff provided by this exotic now increases your grenade damage by 10% per stack. The buff to allies' grenade recharge rates now kicks in when you cast your grenade. And this exotic now provides a buffed text notification indicating how many allies are currently benefiting from your increased grenade recharge.
Cool.
Cool.
That is cool to know that you're actually doing some good with something like that.
Yeah, you're like, did I actually help at all? I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you skipped one.
You gotta go
Skipped an
back.
exotic.
Oh, which one did I?
Sanguini.
Sanguine.
Sanguini, okay on me.
Sanguini Alchemy has received a complete redesign. Its new perk, Blood Magic, allows
Cool
the
name.
wearer to pause the countdown timer of any rift they are standing in by getting weapon kills, extending the rift's duration. Wow, that seems really good.
Yeah, this seems
is-
really fascinating.
Yeah.
Because your buddy could pop a Well of Radiance, a Pit Swell, and you could hop in with your Sanguini and be like, let me extend this for you.
Hold on, I got the sanguine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I love that name, by the way, Blood Magic. Like, I want to.
I
start
love
a
that.
band named
Yeah.
Blood Magic.
I want
yeah.
I want a
Magic.
subclass called Blood Magic.
Blood
Yeah.
Magic.
I want to say that while wearing Bloody Tooth. It's the only shader I don't have, and it bothers me every day. I hate it.
Yeah, it's interesting that any rift, like it's not just your rift
Right.
or the
Yeah,
type
any-
of rift,
any
it's
rift.
I
any
didn't think about that.
any rift
yeah.
whatsoever.
Any
So
rift.
you can, like I said, your buddy can pop a rift and you go over and extend it by kills if you're wearing the Sanguini.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, very interesting.
So making a world.
Let's
Today.
not go crazy.
Let's not go crazy.
Also, maybe it's just the regular rift and not Well of Radiance, but I kind of assume that Well of Radiance is classified as a big rift. But I could be wrong on
If
that.
it is, this could be
That would be
nutso.
wild.
Would that be too much?
I feel like
Could be
that
broken.
breaks PvE completely
Oh yeah.
because you could just have it up permanently, right?
Like
In
forever.
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's just a
Yeah.
regular basic rift.
Yeah, it might be just regular.
Yeah.
I think they would think that through. I hope they would think that
Investments.
through.
Legendary Engrams. Increase the number of armor sets available. World drops to 11 sets, up 3. Up from
Yeah.
3.
Once
Yeah,
again,
hell yeah.
8
It's a lot
more.
more.
once again, 14%, 8 cents.
This will include faction rally armor. Players who own previous faction rally ornaments may apply them to these sets. Several sets that were previously unavailable or extremely difficult to acquire are now available as world drops.
Cool.
Yay.
This is cool, but it sounds like it's going to be all old stuff that's just now spread out throughout the world, right?
That we don't care about.
Yeah, that's kind of how I
Yeah, we don't
partially
care
see it
about that.
that way.
The faction rally stuff will be nice to see again because we really only did get that briefly. And there's
Mhm.
a picture of it like below this.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the Titan kind of gets a redemption.
It does, yeah.
Like that new Monarchy
The
armor
new
on the
Monarchy
Titan was
pretty
dope.
cool.
Yeah, with the
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I still just don't like the shoulders. I hate Titan shoulders. That is my biggest pet peeve about D2 Titan shoulders.
Not
Yeah,
I think it
buttons.
works on that set because it looks like such like a big armor, like kind of a knight from the like a shining knight set, you know. And the shoulders got to work with that set.
I hate them. I hear you,
That's okay.
but they
Armor stats. Prime Engrams will now be more reliably drop armor with higher overall stat rolls and spikier distributions.
That's great.
Spikier distributions.
Yes.
Yeah.
The technical
What's that
term.
mean?
Meaning more likely to get a 20 point in like
Probably.
a stat
Okay.
instead of it
All right.
evenly distributed across
Yeah.
for a high
That
roll.
makes
I like this a lot because
Yeah.
as soon as you hit a certain point in leveling, prime engrams are useless. I don't even turn them in anymore.
Yeah, that was my biggest
Right.
complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That gives them at least a reason to look at them
it does.
once you
Yeah.
get armor
Right.
from it.
Agreed.
Exotic armor will now more reliably drop with higher overall stat rolls.
Thank
That is
goodness.
good. I want to note that my Titan, I made her yesterday and she had 2 exotics drop.
Yeah, they
Ah.
drop fast, I feel
That's
like.
crazy. When you own literally nothing. Yeah. They're
Right.
pretty fast.
Oh, you don't have nothing? Take all of it.
Right?
Take all
Yeah.
this stuff.
It
It
makes
is
sense
nice
though.
seeing the
They
little
want to
gold thing on the floor.
incentivize you. They want to incentivize a new player, like, oh, look at all this cool stuff. You know,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
legendary armor now has improved chance of receiving higher overall stat rolls, though low rolls will still be present.
That makes sense.
That's necessary.
You don't want to just get rid of the low stat rolls. Otherwise, it's like, what is a high stat roll anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's all just
Right, right.
the same stat roll.
Yep.
There is some user interface stuff, like the ability to like change the color of your crosshairs on consoles.
Oh, that's nice.
See, now, Briar, you know what's interesting? It says
Yeah.
the settings screen UI layout on consoles has changed to match the experience on PC, allowing
Right.
for future updates. Crossplay? Question mark.
Right.
Or are they
Standardizing?
prepping console players for a possible upgrade to the
Maybe.
PS5 and Xbox
Mhm.
4?
Which will then
Maybe.
have crossplay.
Yeah.
Uh huh. Yep.
Mm. I like where this is going.
What I'm most excited about here is the categories to the quest screen. The quest screen is going to get new categories.
Yeah.
Quest items will now
Yes,
automatically be
yep.
filtered to any of 7 categories: New Light, All Quest, Shadowkeep, Seasonal, Playlist, Exotics, and the Past. So you can prioritize
The past.
Yeah, you can prioritize like, oh, this is just an old one that I never did. Here's one that's Shadowkeep. Here's one for this season that I want to do during this season. Here's an exotic one.
Confusing for sure, because I
It's
know
super confusing. They're not even named like according to what they are.
No,
for.
it's like the dark past conundrum, and you're like, what the hell does this get me? I have no idea.
Yeah,
The amount of times
years
that
ago.
I can't look at my quest screen for too long because there's just things that are there that are started, there's completed, and I'm just gonna go to Rumble because I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Same. You know, it's funny. I used to watch a streamer that had his entire quest log completed. And I'm like, how? And he also, his inventory was like, I mean, he had like 15 guns in there.
Jesus.
I'm like, how are you doing
The Marie Kondo of Destiny players?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh man.
I'm not that organized in my real life. I
Can
cannot
he-
be that organized in Destiny.
Can he clean up my vault?
I know, right?
Let's
And
clean out
somebody
my
called
vault.
in for the hard decisions.
That's crazy.
Tiny House
Oh, no.
Destiny edition.
No, I
Yeah.
would totally watch that.
That works. That's therapeutic.
There's also some various performance fixes, which are nice. Fixed UI for stuttering frame rate while applying mods.
Oh,
Improved
yes.
frame rate in Gambit. Frame rate issues with the Sanctified Mind, Garden of Salvation. Frame rate in the Pit of Heresy dungeon. Stutter at higher frame rate on PC. General improvements to performance on PC when a lot of debris is on the ground.
Yep.
Okay.
That's all good stuff. I think
Cool.
that's basically it. We got the timeline for the release of the new season.
Yes, do
Yeah.
not forget that daylight savings is happening, so stuff.
Oh, is that-
Sunday. Yeah. Spring
Oh,
forward.
Shit, I will definitely forget.
Booyah.
Yeah, so the new season's actually going to
Booyah.
start at 10 a.m. instead of 9. So we're getting the patch notes at 9 Pacific, and then we get the actual game coming out at 10. Well, the new season at 10.
Wow.
You know, I don't think that daylight savings time really messes me up like it used to ever since I changed to my phone as my primary timekeeping device because it automatically updates. Whereas I
Yeah,
used to have
makes
an
sense.
alarm clock by the bedside that you had to remember to change it.
You can't sense the time change when you're like for me, waking up an hour early, I definitely feel that.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel it. But it used to be that I would forget to do it and show up an hour late for work
Ah,
Right.
gotcha.
because I just like, oh, I didn't realize it was.
At least that's what you told them. Oh, it was daylight savings? It came in an hour late.
That was
in
Briar's
college.
excuse.
You
Like, it's
college.
June, man. What are you talking about?
Right.
In
Mega
college,
mind
I found out
flash
that it
from
was
Briar.
time to change the clock, so I changed everybody's. Like, I went around to everybody's room and said, "Hey, man, it's time to change your clock. I'll do it for you." And I changed it the opposite way for everybody.
Oh.
So
Hey.
they all showed up in class 2 hours before class
Amazing.
started.
These are
It was
things.
like 8 people.
It's diabolical.
My lord.
These are things that a lot of people growing up will never have the pleasure to experience
This is what Briar
with
does.
these timekeeping devices that we have now.
Diabolical.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that one. They were super pissed. That's it, guys. That's the whole twab. I mean, that's all. That's all we got. It was a really short twab this week.
Super
But
tidy.
it was small, but it was there
I
was
don't think it was
some
small. It was huge.
Some sweet
It was
morsels in there.
Such a small twab. Hardly anything in there.
Nothing.
I think the real
Never.
takeaway was the Titan outfit. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a big.
We
that's-
spent the
my
longest
God.
discussing that, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna agree with you.
Good.
Absolutely.
like
I agree. Yeah.
this is a new definite. Like, you know how Fran has his tower casuals. Like, this is a new level of tower. This is like tower pajamas for a Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, can I just say I would totally buy armor that straight up looks like pajamas.
Oh yeah, comfy
I'd be
PJs.
down.
A onesie with a flap in the back.
Yes.
Deal. Sold. Throw
Yeah.
some
Maybe
money at
yours.
the screen.
I would pay extra money if the flap was down.
Maybe it's an
That would be
emote.
rude to
The
everybody.
emote unbuttons the flap.
That works. That actually works.
That's how you make actual money, Bungie. Write it down.
That actually makes sense.
Content,
The Titan,
That's how you
the
get the
Titan-
big bucks.
the Titan definitely looks like he made it late to the party.
Yeah.
Like it looked like he woke up late.
And he just stumbled
We
out.
actually got like a shit ton of Twitter questions this week, but
Oh yeah.
we are running late.
Let's get
So
into
I
it.
just want to jump right into it.
Let's do
Jump
it.
into
Go
it.
for it.
Fire
we
'em
could,
up,
we could
maybe.
do.
Let's
We
go.
could start going quick fire if we need to.
All right,
Sure thing.
Sharky. Okay, so Sharky says this really isn't a question, but I just wanted to say Nagi is my hugest inspiration right now, not only because of how hard he fought to get where he is now, but also because of just how pure he is in the community. I want nothing but the best for him. Bless up.
Yeah.
Normally don't read those, but that one was really nice. So
That's
love
super
Sharky.
nice.
That's really nice.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That's the homie. I love you.
Soured Outlook says, which member of the DCP are you performing the fusion dance with, Nagi?
Oh,
I like
would
the
have-
dance. I'm just
I
saying.
would- I know, but I would have to say the only person that I can think of in this particular situation match my energy in terms of anime would have to be Watts.
That's right.
Unfortunately,
Take that
That's
fire.
right.
How are you going to feel though when she shows up with Capri Sting?
I'm gonna be really, really, really angry because I'm gonna be really mad that itchy little bug is on my arm, and I'm just gonna.
I'll make sure that the bug's facing you.
I don't, ooh. Keep it on your side.
Little tickles.
Keep it on your side. I don't want it.
Cam says, from this upcoming update, what's your biggest excitement and fears about Trials?
Ooh, I think it well, I mean, we already discussed it. Excitement is, Trials is coming back, is being brought back to the game. But my biggest fear is the fact that we wanted something that's so important and that's so wholesome to the actual Destiny franchise. But like I said, it could be very quick and very easy for that same experience to go very sour very fast.
That's a big fear.
So that's
That
my
it-
biggest fear.
We
because
wanted
they
this
don't
for
do it
so
right.
long and it flops.
right,
Or
this is
that the
something
old
can
model
be-
doesn't really fit in today's market of 2020.
Right. Like this is something that can be either really, really, really great and start a really good ball rolling for what we have going on, but it literally can take just one thing that can shoot it all the way down and ruin it for everybody. You know what I mean?
So
I think that's-
my thing that would dovetail into that is the hacking and network manipulation. I think those were
Yeah.
huge things that the network manipulation specifically because of DDoSing, those were huge problems that never really got solutions in D1 and continued. And then when you have people who
Or
are doing
D2.
or D2, yeah. And then when you have people doing recovs for money, like
Yeah.
there's the recovs are frowned upon from Bungie's TOS. Or I mean
Right.
they're straight up like they say you shouldn't and you can't. But still, like there's people who do recovs legit and actually play the game. And then there's people who are like, yeah, man, I'll take your $40 and get your character flawless. Yeah, man, I just, this is my weed money. Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. And DDoS all the way through. Then your account gets banned a week or 2 weeks later.
Hefty than dark.
And your account gets banned a week or two later because he had some like shady recov service who,
Right.
like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I see that not just
Also,
causing
recovs
problems.
have become more acceptable in the community than they were 3 years ago.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, are they
It
really?
definitely has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think it
Yeah, they are.
became normalized where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's just a thing that is a part
It's
of
just, it's
Destiny.
just a business. I knew people are part of actual organizations that hired people to do recovs. You know what I mean? So
How many background checks did they do
in?
on those people?
I wasn't in it, so I don't know. But
What's the
Right.
review process? Is this like a Lyft, Uber situation?
Can I trust these people with the PlayStation account that I've spent thousands of dollars on?
Yeah,
right,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's really like it's really shady, but it's still like underlined. But it's kind of like working off the books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the kind of business that I see it as.
Yeah, and I want to point out also, I'm not like trying to shine a light on recov specifically and be like, hey guys, recov shouldn't be happening or something like that. I'm not going down that direction with this. I'm going down the direction of you're going to have the shady recovs who are going to be like, let's use everything, including network
Right.
manipulation and hacking, to get this person flawless so that they get their money,
Yeah.
and then down the road it affects that account or I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Absolutely, 100%.
Ziggy the Dad Joke Resubber says, I saw a Siva looking creature in the trailer. Is Siva coming?
No,
Oh,
that's the
that was
Rasputin
a-
little buddy brobot.
The
Yeah,
robot.
I think he was referring to there's like a moment at the end. There's big fallen. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a fallen champion, right?
Let's see. At the end of the trailer,
The end, like towards the end of the trailer, it's like there's like a big fallen captain kind of thing, and there's a bunch of stuff floating around him. It's like the champion enemies from the
I
Nightfall.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
looks
think
like
that was it.
he looks like a nightmare, right?
It looks a little Siva-y.
It
but
does
I
look
don't-
a little
Yeah,
Siva-y.
it's not Siva.
Very true. Very true. I don't think it's Siva at all. I pray it's not Siva. I am not. No, we don't need any more of that.
No Siva.
No Siva. New enemies. I want to fight new things. Please. Please.
K-Brash says weapon retirement will address outliers such as pinnacle and ritual weapons, but if Bungie doesn't add more interesting perks, won't we, for most weapons, be replacing one gun with another with a similar perk? Example, a year 2 hand cannon with outlawed rampage for a year 4 version.
I agree with that. Because it would create an opportunity to where that fear would still be like there. So you're not getting something new. You're going for the same thing, but like it's like getting the same gun with a different skin on it. I understand that, and I hope that they find
why
something else.
last week I was talking about. I think I've been talking about this for a few weeks.
Mm.
I don't want. I'm with them retiring weapons, but if they retire weapons and just bring back the same weapons with a different skin, I don't give a shit. Like, what do I care? But if they start fucking with subclasses of weapons, whereas, the hand cannons are there, but next season, instead of having, 180s, 140s, 150s, and 110s, we have 120s, 160s, and 100s. Right? It's like none of those subclasses or none of those subtypes of hand cannons may be optimal in the current meta. But when that current meta is no longer useful in, in this new game, then we all of a sudden have to start researching like, okay, what kind of hand cannon do I want to be using? Because all the hand cannons now feel different than they used to.
Right.
If
Agreed.
they just replace, my old 150 with a new 150, and I just have to grind for the same perks I had on my old 150s, fuck it. I just don't care.
I think an idea that they can also play with is actually giving us, rehashing, new perks. I think new perks would be a fantastic thing to kind of throw into the mix. Not necessarily, but then that's also like a weird and touchy thing, because giving us new perks doesn't necessarily make our current perks, obsolete. So obviously you're going to want to go for the thing that works. People who play Destiny are very accustomed to like familiarity. So we want to use the things that work. We want to use the things that work and work well. So giving us new perks would not necessarily derail us from using those weapons or those archetypes, but it would give us an opportunity to kind of test and explore other new ventures that would probably end up being something that may end up being a bit more fun or something along the lines of that. I think that I'm really,
in theory, I agree with you, but in practice, every time we get new perks, there's two kinds of perks. There's the perks that are as good as the old ones, and there's perks that aren't. And for the most part, to prevent power creep, they can't have perks as good as the old ones.
Right.
Yeah.
So every time they say, okay, we're giving you new perks, they're interesting, but they're rarely as good as the old ones.
Right. Yeah, and it's also because the damage calculation system is pretty basic when you look at other RPG type. There's no crit chance, crit damage number multipliers, stuff like that.
Right. I agree. I just want to be able to use new stuff. I'm tired of going for snapshots.
I do too.
Same.
Box breathing.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but I think it's more of like a
quick
sandbox overall in the game issue, not just a perk issue.
True. I'll take that.
Obi says, I just switched and bought my first PC to play Destiny 2 and had to switch back to PS4. I kept getting nauseous. This only happens for me with Destiny. I also play Apex. Has this happened to any of y'all, and any suggestions on how to fix this?
Wow. As a console player switching from Destiny to PC and literally never back, I think that my familiarity with my aware sense is definitely what caused my comfortability on PC. I have not been back on console since I played PC, but it was definitely hard for me to get a hold of because seeing so many other PC Destiny players, I thought that I had to have like faster reaction. So I made my sensitivity a little bit higher than what I thought. And in reality, you're kind of just trying to find the comfortable sense. So to fix that issue, it takes time and patience, but it's really just finding what's absolutely comfortable for you. That's why I don't like talking about my keybinds, because every time I tell people my keybinds, they get freaked out. It's weird. It's so weird.
My brother has a weird thing that happens, that he gets nauseous from really high frame rates.
That's weird.
So I know I don't know how common it is, but I know it does exist. Like the more frame rate, the higher the frame rate, he has a tendency to. I mean, he gets motion sick off of first person shooters regardless, but like wide field of view and high frame rates make him motion sick quicker.
The field of view for sure.
Maybe
I
could
would bring that in.
Yeah, maybe you could just change the field of view and the frame rate to be closer to the console experience. But I mean,
that would be my 2 tips. Is first of all, mess with the field of view. If you have it all the way maxed out, try bringing it in closer. If you currently have it closer, try maxing it out. For me, it actually makes me more comfortable to be able to see more of my surroundings. But I do know the warping on the edge of the screen can make players feel nauseous when you have a high field of view.
Yeah.
Also, I would highly recommend trying to limit your frame rate to a frame rate that can stay consistent.
Yeah.
If you just leave it at the max frame rate the computer can achieve, it's going to be fluctuating wildly while you're playing.
Yeah.
But if you can achieve like a consistent frame rate of 60 FPS, set it there and leave it there, or 100 FPS. If you can leave it set consistently, I'm saying it never drops under 100 FPS. And Destiny has a frame counter in it that you can turn on. But when you have wild fluctuations in frame rate, that can cause motion sickness and nauseousness.
Yeah.
And Destiny, like depending on the area you're in, if you're in the Crucible, you could be running 200 frames per second, and then you could be in the cosmos or on Earth, and it could be 90 frames per second.
Right.
Like it's wildly
Back in the
fluctuating.
church. Suddenly it's like
I keep mine. I have like a top of the line PC, and I keep mine limited at 120 because of this issue. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, there's been research done recently that limiting your frame rate actually reduces display lag.
Right. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. There's a couple of videos by a YouTuber named Battle Nonsense who went into some pretty good research about this. I don't think anybody's done Destiny research specifically, but the basic idea of it seems pretty smart.
I think at the end of the day, you want to try some stuff out. Do your own research.
Yeah,
try different settings and see if things feel better.
Absolutely. That's the biggest tip. You gotta test things out. That's the biggest tip.
Yeah.
Thunder Crew says, I was never able to play the original Trials, so I was excited to hear it was returning. I can usually hold my own in the Crucible, but I don't have any of the meta weapons that dominate comp. Do I even have a chance next week, or will I just be everyone's favorite bullet sponge?
Yeah, you have a chance. So it's Destiny, right? There's a few really top tier weapons, but then there's a lot of really good weapons that you can still compete. Maybe you have to be a little bit smarter about how you approach the engagements, but I mean, I think you'll be fine with a lot of different weapons. I know Fallout, you probably have all the info and all the stats on.
I got a whole spreadsheet filled with cheese, girl, of all my favorite stuff. But you'll be fine. There's plenty of guns out there that are good enough where if you, like Watts said, you combine it with smart play and a little bit of practice and experience. And we're talking about Trials, right? Wasn't that the question?
Yeah.
Trials. Yeah.
That's fine. The thing I love about Trials is that it condensed an entire season of comp into like a weekend.
Yep.
So all you got to do is get if they bring back the boon system, 7 wins, for a total of 9. Yeah, just keep going, dude. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with someone who Crucible tips, and one of the main things that I want people to understand when it comes to PvP, since the topic of the question is about Trials, no matter what weapon anyone else is using, a calculated player will always outplay a weapon. So it doesn't matter what weapon you're using. What matters is how you're using it. So just have fun.
True.
Just have fun and use your brain while playing, because ultimately you're going to experience some stuff, but always outthink your player.
Yeah,
It's not
another
really
thing.
my strong point, but whatever.
Another thing also is that with it being the first weekend of Trials, I'd imagine that the population in the Trials playlist is going to be significantly higher than the comp
Oh, yeah.
playlist.
Yeah.
Comp right now is definitely looked at as like a woof. Like, well, there's Gambit.
Yeah, right. If
woof,
you're holding
and
your
then
own in
there's
comp right now,
oof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like
you're probably gonna have
Trials,
a pretty good go.
hopefully, anyways, Trials is going to bring in a huge raft of people. So the actual matchmaking should be really good for at least the first weekend.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't become an absolute sweat fest by like weekend 4. And people can just enjoy it, like jump in, play a few games of the weekend, have fun, do some bounties, go flawless if you can. Awesome. Yeah.
And the cool
To be
thing
clear,
about
it will
Trials,
become a sweat fest eventually.
I
That's
mean,
no matter of
maybe. see how they continue updating it. But the cool thing about Trials with it being elimination especially is it doesn't generally take that long to do a full card. So if you're looking at comp and it's like, oh, months and months of grind and disappointment and up and down, with Trials you kind of just need one lucky run and you're done. You get the loot. So
Yeah.
people can genuinely get lucky with who they get teamed up against, and you can go flawless. And if you don't, you can restart, and it's like an hour investment, 2 hours at max with it being elimination, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be intimidated by Trials. I've always seen it as more of a, no, I wouldn't say it's casual PvP experience, but it's not as crazy as like a ranked playlist.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Just have fun.
it is
Fine.
really fun to go in there with a couple of friends too.
It's very, very fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Susta says, what would you guys think about adding weapon charms? Imagine killing Crota 100 times and you could hang his head on your weapon.
I like that idea.
Sounds
I like
awesome.
weapon
I
charms.
love
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
weapon charms. I could
Sure, that's
Why's
cool.
having a bunny somewhere? I have a foot. I don't know. Like there's so many different things that I love that idea.
It's
I feel
kind-
like-
Briar will
like
have the Eververse emblem.
yeah.
That'd be great.
Tess's head,
Oh,
and
Tess's
it's
head hanging
always
from my
bleeding.
belt.
It's always bleeding, you know.
Yeah.
I'll have her hanging from my ass, so every time I sit down, I teabag her.
Nice. Nice.
Borderlands does a charm
Like
system.
that.
That's cool. Like you can actually see the charm
Yeah.
hanging off the weapon.
Yeah, I
inside.
love
Yeah.
that.
And I really
Borderlands
like.
does that.
Yeah, Borderlands 3 specifically did that, and I like
Yeah.
that system.
Apex
I think.
does it.
Oh, I didn't realize Apex does that. I would love for Destiny to embrace some of those cosmetic things that happen in the game like that, like
Yeah.
for killing Crota 100 times, 1,000 times, whatever.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I would love that. I like that idea.
Herrick says, would you guys be okay with a $10 a month subscription? This would include dedicated servers for PvP and all seasonal pass content that we currently get with the season pass.
So you're telling me that we're gonna be paying,
3
we're gonna be
times
getting
the
what we're
amount?
getting now, but dedicated servers for $10.
I
feel
would
like this guy
consider it
has
for dedicated
a lot
servers.
of goods to sell on eBay for very good
What does
prices.
What does it
If-
say about the state of the game that we're like, extortion? That's
Right.
I'm on board with that.
Also, you know, they could provide crappy dedicated servers, or it could be really good dedicated servers. I mean, if it was really solid, high tick rate dedicated servers, I personally would be down. But I know the majority of the population would be like, "How much a month for this game?" Yeah, right.
I think what's the worst part about that question is that we're all then we're like nah. What? It's like we're still thinking about it. I think that's terrible.
I'm on a Destiny podcast, so if they start charging $10 a month, I'm gonna pay it. But I don't
Right.
really have any desire in my life to add another subscription service to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
Also,
As
specifically
it
for
is,
Destiny PvP right now.
I feel like every
yeah.
couple of months I got to pare down. Like, oh, am I really watching that much Disney Plus? No, I'm gonna get rid of that. Am I really watching any
no.
Amazon Prime? No, I'm gonna get rid of that. Netflix? I don't know. HBO Go? I don't know.
Right.
If you could guarantee
So
me
many.
god tier connections and no cheaters,
Yeah.
I might
That's-
be down, dude. I might be
Right?
down.
Just might be.
Some
Might be. Depends on
golden,
what you
like, heaven sent netcode that comes down. It's laced in perfection. Be like, yeah, I'll pay $10 a month for that.
If you can get me dedicated servers and you can paint my house for $10 a month, I'd definitely sign up.
Cool.
But I got to warn you about the bathroom. It's in rough shape.
Extra
Twilight
5.
Masters mentions that they, I'm sorry, this is Luke Smith mentions that they would consider investing into core activities of Destiny 2, i.e. strikes.
Mhm.
What changes would you like to see moving forward with this goal in mind? I would love to see strikes updated to reflect current events, similar to the Taken strikes.
I
in Destiny
want
1.
super difficult patrol zones. It's what I really want. I want to go because you get that kind of feeling with EP, right? Where you go into a zone and people are doing Escalation Protocol and you're like, oh, let me join in because they're on the boss. I want stuff that's difficult, that you're kind of exploring that public bubble and you come across this really evil monster that's very high level and you kind of group together and take it on. I want patrols to be an interesting and challenging space for cool loot. That's what I would like.
I agree. I think that there's just this. I think with the increase in power that we've gained, there's only a select amount of things that are actually difficult, with a smaller amount of things that are actually rewarding because of the difficulty of certain things. We don't have that sense of like satisfaction in terms of completion for stuff anymore. Very rarely do we find that. So I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree.
The strike playlist as it is right now is not rewarding post once you get the seasonal quest done, and if you're just doing bounties also, that's not very exciting and rewarding. So they need to have whatever D1 had and add a little extra to it and then bring that into D2. So strike specific things, strike specific loot, but like if you could randomly get an upgrade module from doing a strike, be like, okay, there's something. Random chance for a package of enhancement cores. That's something right there. More chances of getting an exotic to drop out of the chests. Things that are only specific to the strike playlist. Like we had talked about this last week, like Hopscotch Pilgrim back in D1. Those type of things that only come from that specific playlist. And same thing with the PvP side and all that. Those are things that help to chase happen when you actually jumped into those playlists that don't exist right now in D2.
Right.
Sparty for you says, how was it not brought up last week that Watts pretty much nailed the Trials predictions? Can she send me future lotto numbers?
Well,
future lotto numbers.
Let's have it, Watts. What are the lotto numbers?
Yeah,
I need my super. I need my super millions or whatever.
Wait, Ferrari Friday's not going to pay for itself, Watts.
I
Let's get these numbers.
Really
Come
like
on.
Ferrari Fridays. It's true.
Decent.
Yes. I called it months ago. Months ago.
The whisper. Just a little bit more impact. A little bit more.
Michael Lothan says, what are the crew's thoughts on free-to-play Destiny not being available on Stadia?
Wait, what?
Well, isn't Stadia free-to-play? Or isn't Destiny free-to-play on Stadia? Like, if you get a subscription, isn't it part of it?
I thought that was going away after 3 months or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that. I canceled my Stadia subscription as soon
I
as
honestly don't know what's going on with Stadia.
I have no idea.
I don't care.
Not all. Not even really close.
Savage but true.
You're gonna be able to play
Forgot
Trials.
it existed until you said that word.
You're gonna be able to play Trials in Stadia.
Against
I wonder,
who?
right?
Exactly.
The other team. Yo, if you get a team on Trials on Stadia, you're guaranteed. Like,
Oh yeah,
because there's gonna be nobody there.
yeah. You just walk in. There's no fight. You just
walk in.
Just gotta walk in there.
Just solo queue it.
good.
You just walk
Just
your way to the
solo
White
queue.
House.
Leave the door
Yeah, they
unlocked.
just-
Just walk in.
They're like, oh, you just come on in.
Let's come on in. Oh, it's
Like,
you.
over there in the chest.
You knock on the door and it's the big Lebowski. He's just sitting there drinking beer. Just come on in. It's all right. Just go there.
It'd be great if it was
Watch
Big
your
Lebowski, but I think it's more likely going to be Brother Vance looking all like, razzled. That
Oh,
you walked
It's
in on
Google
him.
Stadia events. They're like, wait, aren't there matches we have to play? He tosses you the keys. He's like, nah, just turn the lights off and lock up after. just enjoy the lighthouse.
Just get out. Hurry up and get out.
There's actually, I have like 2 more pages of Destiny questions, and they're all really good, but I'm going to skip them to get to some of the fun questions because we're running out of time.
Okay.
And thank you to everybody who asked the questions because they are really good questions.
I was reading them. Yeah.
Usually I have 6 to 7 pages of questions a night. Tonight I have 12 pages of questions.
Damn.
Let you know how many.
I mean, we could rapid fire some of them.
You want to rapid fire some of them?
Yeah.
All right.
It has to
rapid
be rapid
fire.
though.
3 words per person.
Okay.
And now I got to find my place again. Sorry.
Briar's like rapid fire. One 10 minutes. Hold on.
Glody says, what advice or tips could any of you give to those stepping into Trials of Osiris for the first time?
Get good quick.
Get headshots. Next.
Don't
How do we wrap it?
Communicate with your
Revoker.
team.
Get
Don't take-
Revoker.
don't take it too serious. Have fun.
Sunshot is cool.
It's
Awesome.
more than 3 words, Nagi.
Shimazu Sama says, we used to roll 2 snipers and a shotgunner, all 3 classes. Trials, what's your team comp gonna be?
Hank
Rat
Anderson.
King.
Minimum 1 sniper.
Probably gonna go sniper and hand cannon.
Backpack, jumping in.
Perfect.
Sandy Dredge says, Bungie said a while ago that the 2 Whisper ornaments paid for the 0-hour activity and rewards. So with all the Eververse item in the game, now where is all the new content?
You're not spending enough money. Next.
Damn.
Spend more money.
Next.
Where's your wallets?
Former Guardian says, with the upcoming ability and subclass changes, with any DCP members be changing their class or subclass they plan on playing for Trials and or the next season as well.
I am
Thick
Hunter for
Hunter
life.
arms.
No.
Hunter for life. For thick and through, I will, through the good times and the bad times. Hunter for life.
Thick Hunter arms. That's it.
I've been
Speed
playing more
lines.
Hunter in PvP because I think the dodge is kind of broken, but feels
Fallout.
bad.
You need to take
Next
that
question.
Who screens these guest hosts? That's my question.
back. Jesus, Pope. You eating
I'm new
crayons?
here.
Yeah, you let anybody on this show. For crying
New
out
here.
loud. Compliment
John
their
Bird says, hello, everyone. Follow up to the casting questions from a few weeks ago. In the movie made about your Guardian, who do you cast to voice your ghost?
Ooh.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay. Gilbert Godfrey.
Morgan Freeman.
Tired and frustrated Dado.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
I like that one.
Have you guys ever seen the television show Letterkenny?
No. I
Heard
haven't.
about it. It's been recommended to me a few times.
Doja Cat. No.
It's a good choice. It's
Jesus.
the best choice.
I don't want it. I'm okay.
Briar, these are supposed to be rapid fire.
Oh, my bad. Holland Love says, were any of you able to play Final Fantasy VII demo? Looks great. This is what nostalgia should be.
Great
No.
game.
No, but I want
Yes.
to.
I haven't played it. Gonna play the game when it comes out.
Same.
Comes out next month. Let's play it. Hell yeah.
Boom.
I've really been like with waffling on whether I want to play it when it comes out or if I want to wait for like a couple of the DLCs to come out and then play it.
You're
Like a
probably gonna
couple
play
of
it right away.
chapters. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna play it right away.
Right away.
I don't have any love for Final Fantasy. This new version looks like a fun game, and that's what attracts me to it.
It
But
looks
the
like
original
it's
version,
fun.
like I have no love for.
Oh no.
I'm
Not the
All right,
Not the original.
I'm calling off rapid fire. Zachary
Okay.
Richard says, "Hello, everyone. Which would you rather go to, an opera or a play? If everyone has a favorite, let us know.
Oh,
Wow.
an opera.
Opera or
A
a
play.
play?
A
A
play.
play.
Definitely
A
a play.
Never
Absolutely.
been to an opera.
Right, well, it's like
I
that.
haven't either, and I think that's why I'd rather go to one.
Try. I've never
Yeah,
gone.
let's go.
Try it
Hey,
out.
that's
Let's
a
go.
date.
Go to an opera,
Me
bro.
and Fallout.
It's me, dude. Go.
Let's go get our opera on.
I've been to both.
We'll get those funny little binoculars on a stick.
Yes,
We'll
dude.
dress nice.
Go. Do it. Make a day of it.
A really well done opera is amazing. Memes.
Absolutely.
That's how I met Memes. She was an opera singer.
Oh,
I've-
really?
I've seen
Oh.
Memes in an opera before.
Mm. That's cool.
Dreadnought says, you get a phone call that Holtzman got arrested. Before they tell you why, what do you think he's done?
He was yelling at the all-you-can-eat shrimp crawfish bowl restaurant about, how could you just order 50 pounds of crawdads? That's not enough crawdads.
Yeah, he was causing a lot of commotion and anger over the lack of crawdads that he was planning on eating and they don't have.
Yes, definitely.
Jaywalking.
Done.
Have you guys noticed that he is on the schedule
Oh,
as an upcoming guest?
all right.
Ooh.
He's going to be an upcoming guest. Also, he's going to be playing Trials with me and Fallout for our first card. For our
Oh,
first day one.
Hype.
Nice.
This is gonna be fun.
Me.
Are you guys playing right when it gets released?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna probably be at work. So I'm gonna get home as soon as all of the other sweats get on, and then I just gotta wake up and get beat up.
There
they
you go.
got the DCP channel is going to be doing like a race to the first win as
Yeah.
well. So I know we got Blesius, we have Mav, we have
Typhoon Trav.
Typhoon
Yeah.
Trav. They'll be doing like a live cast, watching everybody, seeing who can get to the lighthouse first on the first day of trials right here.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited.
Public exposure, by the way. That's why Holtzman got arrested.
I was gonna say streaking. We were on the same thought.
I do like Sneaker Freaker's answer of baby birding in public.
But he's
Add
naked.
that to random strangers that he's trying to baby bird.
He's naked, baby
Then-
birding random strangers in public.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the one.
No, please.
You want these 3D Doritos?
In Japanese folklore, Shiraim is a creature that looks like a man in a kimono.
I read this one.
Yeah.
When approached, it drops its kimono and bends over, revealing a giant shining eye in its butthole. It thrives solely on the joy of scaring people. Who among the DCP crew has the most Shiraim energy?
Me.
Briar Rabbit.
I'm going to say Tafty.
If there's anyone who would get extreme pleasure from showing people their shiny eye butthole, it is Briar.
What about
I think
Pope
Pope.
Bear?
A Pope Bear. 100%.
Yeah, Pope Bear. I think
This
Pope
has
Bear
Pope
would like to
written
show-
all over it.
I like this energy.
All over it. In fact, I bet he'd hear this and be like, oh, yeah. I'm all about this. Let's do this.
Let's
right now."
remember Pope Bear as the man who glued his beard to Fallout's face.
Did
Not
that
quite an eye butthole, but close.
did that really
close.
happen?
Close. That
It did
yeah.
happen.
Oh yeah.
That's a real story
Pure-
right there. And you
that's
know what?
pure
Guess
bliss.
what?
Well,
It's a Florida story. It happened in Florida.
It's a Florida story.
Florida
Wow.
man glued his
Well,
beard.
maybe
that
if
did
we
Florida man.
maybe if we have a Guardian Con incentive, Pope Bear can do this as a cosplay. I'm
Yeah, you
just
can put a
saying,
giant
Oh.
eyeball in his butt, dress in a
and
kimono,
he'll
and
show
drop
you
it.
at the late night.
And
get-together.
then he'll get
We're gonna
arrested
have
for
to get a
indecent
very large
exposure.
eyeball so it shows up well in picture.
I have to make sure
Yeah,
that
of course it
I'm
has to
there
be
now.
big.
I have to make sure that I'm there then.
I'm thinking like Eye of Sauron, you know, like
Yeah.
Oh god.
searing eye. There's just
Earring hot eye. Yeah.
oh god.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
was yelling at us in chat.
Something about the Ring of Fire.
Terrible.
Drag says, what's a weird way you eat food? For example, when eating pancakes or waffles, I eat around the outside and save the middle for last.
I think you're a serial killer. You
Really?
eat pancakes like that.
Wow.
Why?
I eat around the edges and
That's like, I
sounds
think
like
that's
someone
like
who collects
the
like, bird
toast.
bones or something. Like
That's like
Oh.
taking the crust off your toast. You know, you want to get rid of the part you don't like first.
I think I'm
Like if
pretty
I got
boring.
broccoli and meat on my plate, I always eat the broccoli first, get that shit out of the way, so it doesn't like bother me for the rest of the meal. I can
I don't-
sit there and enjoy my meat properly.
If I think about it, I don't think that I eat things weird. I think that I have weird tastes. Like I can eat natural, like just cauliflower. Like I can just eat it by itself.
Like raw
just
cauliflower?
Like raw cauliflower.
Like a carrot and cauliflower. Just boom, boom.
Like eat it like an
Yeah.
apple. It's like aren't-
Yeah, like that. With I could eat cauliflower, green peppers, and red peppers. Like they're fruit for some reason. And
Interesting.
I don't know why.
I feel you on the peppers. Those are delicious.
Yeah, I could do that.
They're
with peppers
delicious.
too. I love peppers.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
I've never tried cauliflower. I don't think it would be that disturbing though. Like it really has no flavor when I cook it. I would imagine it's kind of the same when you don't cook it.
You can also blend up cauliflower into like a sauce for like
Yeah.
alternatives. It's really good that way. Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
I was gonna say for me, and I know I'm gonna get hate for this, but when I'm eating my delicious pineapple pizza, sometimes
Who doesn't like pineapple pizza?
there's a lot of strange people on this planet, man. It's
A lot
weird,
of
Something-
right?
the internet,
Something
like,
is wrong. I don't
There's
understand.
a lot of wrong people in the world.
To me,
So sometimes I get like a super stacked pineapple pizza, you know, just everything. Well, it's a party on that thing. And I'm extremely aware of food in my beard to the point where, like, if I were to eat an egg over easy and it breaks and it gets on my beard, you know, my whole day might be ruined. And I don't want to ruin my day. You know what I mean? I don't want to have a dark cloud over me the entire day and people being like, wow, man, you need to go like get that figured out. So sometimes I got to use a fork and knife to eat that pizza. And I know, I apologize. I apologize for that. Sometimes it has to happen.
Haven't you ever tried the New York fold where you just
I want to
kinda fold
enjoy
in the
it.
middle?
I want to enjoy each bite. You know, I don't want to have to be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm done eating my pizza.
the New York fold prevents the
No, it
falling
doesn't.
off of the toppings?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it does.
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't, man,
does.
because the gluten-free crust, it doesn't support it that way. I have to rock the
okay.
gluten-free
You're
crust.
fucked up pizza. That's what your problem is.
Well, it's, you know,
He wants healthy pizza.
I don't want food on my beard, man. That's where I draw the
No, I get
line.
it, man. Maple syrup will wreck me for like 2 days straight.
Oh no, I can't grow a beard. Unfortunately,
My
it's
condolences.
just patchy.
Same.
Same.
Dreadnought Speech Balloon says, when you're sitting in a public restroom and you hear someone sneeze a few stalls away,
Mm.
is it acceptable to say bless you to the stranger, or do you ignore it? Do you ignore any form of contact and conversation?
I say bless you, but I don't make eye contact.
Well, no, there's stalls in the way. You'd have to like crawl
I don't-
between
Do you yell
stalls.
it?
Like,
You yell
Now
it?
now
now
that
he's
you,
like, you know, the stall's like, bless you.
yes,
Bless you.
yes. Slide right under. Hey, bless you, man. Slide on his back.
We're in the middle of a crisis, so currently I'm going to ignore it and spray them
You're gonna
quickly with disinfectant.
I'm
Assume
gonna
they
run
have the
out of
coronavirus.
Throw
Right?
a Lysol bomb at him.
Did you just sneeze? Good God. Have you been to the hospital to get tested?
How dare you sneeze in my vicinity? You just
Seriously.
I'm going to say bless you because it's the polite thing to do.
No, you spray them.
Respect.
Spray them down.
at you. Ha!
I could see Briar doing this. Definitely. Because you'd be like,
Spraying
let's
people?
see where this goes.
If you sneeze while you're taking a dump, that dump's pretty much over, I think, at that point. Right?
Yeah.
Like you just fired that thing at Mach 3 into the toilet bowl. I don't think it's possible to sneeze while you're pooping.
Probably not.
You definitely hurt yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Elusive Pineapple says, why does the Batmobile have taillights? Also, do you think Wonder Woman's invisible jet has air traffic control light?
Wonder Woman, yes.
Didn't they get rid of Wonder Woman's invisible jet? She just flies now.
Yeah,
Oh, really? She's just like,
Yeah,
she's like
that's fine.
Superman.
Dude, she's awesome.
yeah, she just flies now.
Maybe it's getting like tuned up or something.
The point of Batman having taillights makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
Why?
I've literally never thought about that before. Interesting. Like,
I
You
have
think
never-
Batman gets stuck in traffic?
I don't
well,
think. I don't. No.
is he going to obey the
Gotham City
laws?
Looks like it's got a lot of traffic.
he's a vigilante, not a criminal. Jesus.
True. But
I've
he
literally
also
seen-
wants to make sure that people don't get hurt. Like
Yeah.
innocent people. So if he's
Correct.
weaving through Gotham traffic, maybe he wants someone to know, hey,
Hey, I'm slowing
kinda
down.
funny.
Don't rear end me. This bodywork
Don't
cost
think
a
I'm cutting you off.
shitload. It's custom.
I know I was just going 200 on the freeway, but you might want to know that I'm slowing down a mile ahead of you.
We're literally talking about a man who a like extension in the front that makes him drive up walls. Like
He's
there's
not
no
a
reason
man.
for him.
He's
There's no reason. You're right. You're right.
You know,
You're absolutely right.
maybe it's the aesthetic. Like, in order for the car, the mobile, the Batmobile part to be truly a mobile, it needs to have these these fixtures on it.
Ah,
True.
true.
You
know?
Otherwise,
Otherwise-
it's a bat.
It's a
box.
bat.
It's a
Mm.
bad
It's a
part.
bat tube, you know, like if it doesn't have headlights,
Bat
you know, it
tube.
could have like some sort of technology where it
A
has
bat
night
pod.
vision, you know, so it
Right.
doesn't need.
Does Batman have
headlights.
custom license plates?
Is it registered? Is that
I
thing
think he's
street
got
legal?
vanity plates.
Oh, that's
Like,
the answer. It's got to
He's
be
got
street
vanity
legal.
plates, and they say Batman, dash man.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
No,
total
we just
sense.
figured out he has to. It has to be street legal, so he needs.
Yeah,
Taillights.
he can't be getting pulled
Gotta
over
get
by the
registered.
cops when he's trying to do his job. They're gonna
Yeah.
look
Law
like, what the
abiding
hell are
citizen.
you dressed up in this bat suit for? That's a bit
Do
weird.
you know why I pulled you over? That's-
All right, I want to see somebody go to the DMV and take the driving test in a bat suit.
Got it.
I mean, Briar, you're welcome to do it and
I
record.
already
it.
have my license.
Mm. You could get like a
Sick.
truck license.
True.
I could go for a truck license.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I've never driven a big rig. Elusive Pineapple says, "Why does the Batmobile?" Oh, I already read that one. Julia Ibarra says, "Which color tastes best?"
Purple.
Yeah, it's purple.
I'm inclined to agree.
I definitely think it's going to be on the purple, red, orange spectrum because those are all
Yeah.
usually
Well,
delicious.
I'd leave orange out.
There's
I'd
Orange
leave
juice? You
reddish
hating on orange
to my
juice?
purple. I love orange juice, but purple just has a broad range of deliciousness.
It
I don't
I'm
does.
gonna
think
go red.
I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever
red's good too.
Red's
Red's
seen or
good.
tasted anything
That's
that
pretty
was
good.
purple that was just tasted bad. I don't think I've ever. Yeah.
True.
Cough medicine.
I was going to say.
Delicious.
True, but
But
which
any
cough
color
medicine?
cough medicine comes in is bad.
There's that.
Listen, NyQuil's the bomb. I love me
That's
some
true.
NyQuil.
It's delicious.
But
Alright.
you enjoy the taste of NyQuil?
It's my Friday
Yes.
evening.
What? Let's get wild. Pulls out That's perfect.
Alan says, "Is there a bulletproof way to fold a fitted sheet, or is this just a sick joke from the gods?"
It's a sick joke from the gods. You don't folded sheets. You roll them up and throw where they need to be.
This
True.
is the most true thing said all
This
night.
Okay.
This is the way.
Nice.
If there
Yeah.
is if there is a way to fold a fitted sheet, then it is just not meant to be known by man, and every man that knows it knows secrets that we shouldn't know. So I just don't ask.
Oh,
There are people
I
on
just
YouTube.
realized. So this is the type of sheet that's like bunched on the edges. So like it has like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
tight, yeah.
fitted sheet. Yeah, the
Yeah.
bottom sheet.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
You roll it up.
I was unaware.
Roll
Yeah,
it
that, yeah. You just got to roll
Roll
it
it
up.
Memes takes care of this, right?
Roll it up. Throw it. Just
there
roll it up.
are guides on YouTube that will show you how to do this.
I'm not watching that.
But what they don't tell you is these people are magicians and they're just fucking with you. They just like they think it's hilarious. We're gonna cut this video like 7 times, not showing you the transition between when we swapped out the fitted sheet with the top sheet,
Mm.
and now we've got this perfectly folded sheet. Right?
Right.
It's all
Mhm.
editing tricks. They can't do
You know,
it.
a lot of those videos that are like, oh, quick ways to do this thing, they miss out giant chunks of actually showing you how to do the thing.
Yeah.
See?
Mm.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Don't trust nothing.
YouTube
Roll
is full of lies. Be aware.
Absolutely. Roll it up. Throw it in the corner. That's how you fold.
Blink 148 says, "Were any of you that kid growing up who would put ketchup on everything?"
Yes.
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 Yep.
I even hesitate. Yes.
Yep.
I mean,
Justin
I wasn't gonna put it on like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or like a banana or anything like that. But
No.
generally,
No.
I liked my ketchup.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love my.
I love
I
ketchup.
still love ketchup. I won't
do.
eat French
I
fries
do.
unless there's ketchup.
Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eat the French fries, but I'll miss the ketchup.
No, I
I'll be
won't eat 'em.
disappointed.
I won't
I
eat
won't
'em.
be having a
Really,
fun time.
Briar? Hold up. If you telling me somebody just ordered new fries, delicious French
Yeah.
fries, and there's no
Yeah.
more ketchup left, and you're just gonna be like, you know what? I can't eat these.
I do not like French fries, but I do like ketchup.
You don't like French fries?
No.
I do understand that, like, you're eating
I'm
French fries
leaving.
and you have ketchup and you're dipping and you come to the
I
end
don't
of
like
the
French
ketchup
fries.
and you can't get any more, so you stop eating the French fries. I get that.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do. Like
get that
French
totally.
fries, no real appeal there, but I love ketchup. And French fries are an efficient delivery mechanism of ketchup to my face hole.
There's some great French fries out there, man.
True.
Understood.
Dredge and Rat says, "What's the condiment in your area that to mostly you. For example, in Utah, we have fry sauce.
Fry sauce? It's like what?
Yeah, what the hell's fried sauce?
Well, you gotta live
It's
in
like
Utah. to know.
ketchup with a little spice.
Spicy ketchup?
A little bit of sriracha was mixed in there or something.
I don't know. Ketchup. My
I
answer's
don't know.
ketchup.
I don't think we got any here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
don't think we're that interesting. I'm sorry.
All right, 3 questions left. Then we're done. Bad Pharma says, what set of items could you buy that would make the cashier the most uncomfortable? What set of items could you buy?
I mean,
So-
this is a pretty wide open question.
Back in the day, we used to play games, and we used to the loser would have to go to the convenience store down the street.
Mhm.
Which in my town, I lived in a small town. There's only one convenience store, so if you did something like really embarrassing at this convenience store, like you had to live with that consequence. So we used to make people, the loser of the game, go and buy a porno mag, a bucket of Vaseline, and then look the guy in the eye and say, "I'm gonna have a good time tonight." That was the
Cool.
loser had to do that.
That's rough.
That
If I
is
had to
pretty
answer that
rough.
question, I would have to say condoms, a toothbrush, and paper towels.
Nice.
Because they're like, what's a toothbrush for?
What do we do?
She's like, you don't have a toothbrush?
Mm.
What do you do?
Why do you need a toothbrush right now?
I need protection from the toothbrush.
It's 3:45. Doing.
I'm gonna go with Pope Bear's anus eyeball.
Uh-huh.
A pint
Hey,
of chunky
congrats to
monkey.
Pope Bear for getting that branded, by the way. That
Right?
was
Every
quick.
time.
I know. You go to
already
the
in
store.
retail stores,
You go to the
yeah.
store. You can buy Pope Bear's anus eyeball. It's amazing.
I'm never gonna look at Sauron the same again.
Comes in 3 sizes. Yeah, and then a pint of chunky monkey, and then maybe some beef jerky.
Fun weird fact. Condoms are selling out everywhere because people are using them to protect their fingers when they press elevator buttons and open doors.
Condoms.
They sell
Yes.
they sell like single finger rubber gloves just for this.
Yeah.
Maybe all of those were sold out, so now they're causing teenage pregnancies across the world. It's very nice, very good.
That's perfect.
I'm excited about our new world. It's a new adventure waiting.
New adventures. Yeah.
The
2020,
Mohegan
new
9
adventures.
says, what's been your creepiest real life glitch? Something that you saw but you can't explain.
Wait, what?
Yeah. What? One more time.
Have you ever seen a glitch in the Matrix? Something that
Oh.
you've seen something
Oh.
and you can't explain it. You don't necessarily
I
believe.
mean, I see things all the time,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
I have one, but I don't want to say it because it's just
Yeah,
that
let's-
bad.
Now
Yeah.
you have
Mhm.
Save
We
the
can't
best.
talk
Too
about
late.
any of it.
too late.
No, really not.
You have to.
No,
Same.
really not. Really not.
Tease. Such a cock
No.
tease.
I am. I am. I'll say it off stream though, but no.
Oh,
It was that bad.
subscribe to
All
the
right,
Patreon.
I'll post
maybe
it in the
we'll-
YouTube comments.
I'll tell that story on my OnlyFans.
Anybody got one?
I can't think of one off the top of my head. I feel like I have something, but like unexplained phenomenon. Yeah, I've seen like stars do a 90-degree turn in like at full speed in the sky before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's weird.
That's
Yeah.
wicked.
that's definitely weird. That's technically not possible, but I saw it. But
I've met a lot of people who claim to have seen UFOs, mostly in Florida, weirdly. But
There's
a
that.
lot of people who just like are convinced, or at least are portraying the fact that they are convinced to have seen UFOs.
Right.
Yep.
A lot of them.
and it was just the bath salts. Crazy,
Yeah,
right?
meth will do that to you.
I synced it.
Hugo Rune says, this is the last question of the night. Hugo Rune says, would you rather, oh, this is a long one. Pay attention.
Okay.
Would you rather be an orchestra that has been assimilated by the Borg and it endlessly plays orchestral versions of Boys to Men songs, or
Sounds exciting.
That's not bad.
a cart
Sound dope.
horse that has to pull a cart full of corpses of your cart horse friends all day long, but is otherwise well treated and gets Sundays off?
I got a
Why would
question
I
for you,
not just want
DCP
to-
Twitter. I
I
got a
don't
question for
understand.
DCP Twitter.
Yeah.
Kind of, what brand of rubber cement do you sniff when you write these questions out?
How
Is there
dare
a
you?
screening process?
Briar is our screening.
Fryer is
process.
the screener.
Brian's the gatekeeper here. We're descending into madness with each question.
Ironically, I
Good
haven't.
Lord.
That's the like I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I absolutely take the orchestra because I'm not gonna just carry around my dead friends. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
fuck that.
Boys to Men is amazing. And
Right,
orchestra
to Men-
Boys
to
to
Men
Men
music,
sounds
orchestral.
fantastic.
That's what I'm
Thinking
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Jeez.
Like I'll sing that all day, every day.
Yeah.
You know
Maybe
what
I can convince them to actually come and sing along with my orchestra.
I'm gonna
Maybe.
get myself
like a business opportunity.
button-up shirt, short sleeve button-up shirt with like some paisleys on it, some
Mhm.
very loose jeans, and start getting down with that Boys to Men orchestra.
That's what I'm saying. Boys Man Orchestra, through and through.
What is wrong with the Boys to Men orchestra? I feel like I'm missing
Nothing.
something.
Nothing.
I
Well,
feel
you
like
are a
I'm-
What's
board.
the downside? I'm not.
You have to be
finding it
assimilated by
right
the
now.
board.
Yeah, you got to be assimilated by the Borg, and that's all you're doing.
Downside.
I feel
Oh,
like
well.
that's fine.
That's not
Yeah,
that bad.
that means everybody's going to
In
be in
comparison-
tune and in sync
Do
with
I-
everybody because it's the Borg.
Yeah, do
So-
I mind?
It's not going to be a bad orchestra.
So I'll be a part of a very talented and good orchestra. Huh.
Very in sync one too. I mean,
I
you're,
would
you're
much
linked.
rather
Yeah.
be a
I think,
part
I
of
think
a
we
good
gotta let Fallout
show.
go. He's about to literally cry.
No, I'm fine. I just have a curve.
Let me go. This is heinous.
I gotta be at work in 4 hours.
If I could, I would stay up with y'all all night. But
Is that the last? Is
But
that
I can't.
that it then?
That was it. That was the
That was
last.
the last question. Yeah.
We made it to the end.
all right,
We
did
did
it.
it.
Do every week. I mean,
Yeah.
unbroken record, frankly.
Yeah, we're practically unbroken, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's episode 178 of DCP Live. Congratulations. Congrats for making it all the way through, guys.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
Noggy, where can people find you on the internet?
Literally, everywhere under the username vNOGI. You can find me on Mixer. The handle is vNOGI.
Can you
Twitter,
just say that one more
Mixer.
time because you cut out and
My
I want-
God, yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I'll try one more time. We go try this one more time. You can find me anywhere under the username vNOGI on Mixer, Twitter, as well as Instagram, and it's going to be spelled VNOGI.
nice.
Perfect.
You can find me.
Fallout?
Okay, multiple things. I promised True Vanguard I would promote his tournament. On this weekend, check out True Vanguard's tournament, the Play My Way thing, real quick. Just gonna put that out there. Check out TrueVanguard.com. It's gonna be great. Super fun doubles tournament. Check it out this weekend.
It's a really good tournament.
It's
so-
been a lot of fun. I've been watching.
Everyone should go check it out for
Yeah, I
sure.
promised him I would plug that real quick. You can find me anywhere: YouTube, Twitch, Twitter at Fallout Plays, and yeah, I'm full time now, so hope to see you around.
And speaking of
Nice.
full time, is there a podcast also that's not specifically this one
Yes.
that you're going to be on?
Yes, there is. This weekend on
This Sunday?
March 8th. Yes, this Sunday. Last time I talked to Pope, we were between two titles, and I don't want to say the wrong one.
Apparently, it's DCP firing range.
Firing Range. That was the one
Yeah.
I liked. Cool. DCP presents Firing Range. It's going to be me, Drewski, Cool Guy, and Mercules talking about Destiny weapons and gear and stats and
Awesome.
stuff. Check it out this Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Any
Hope to see you
chance you guys are going to be breaking down the do's and don'ts of Animal Crossing?
there. 100% chance. Yeah.
Top 10 ways to kill Tom Nook.
All right. If I tune in, I don't hear anything about Animal Crossing. I'm going to be pretty salty.
Agreed.
Briar?
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on Twitter. Just look for at the Briar Rabbit. I've been playing a lot with the Mister. The Mister's finally
Mister.
arrived. Yeah, this thing is super cool. I'll have more to say on SideQuest on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts.
And I am Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter, TEFT, and also catch my streams, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. I am back, so I'll be back on my normal schedule starting tomorrow, Friday, or if you're listening to this on Friday, today. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the new season. Also looking forward to Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, all that stuff. So They're going to be on the channel. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the support across the board, whether you're listening or watching live here on Twitch or on YouTube or supporting us on Patreon or just downloading through Spotify, all those places. We really appreciate it, guys. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week for another show. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye.